Hey, 2 games against Liverpool, the title contenders. 1 win, 1 draw. I'm happy. Eden Hazard, bad boy in the league. Bad boy.
I'm joined by David, an Arsenal fan.
Is that 7 on the bounce, fam? Is that 7 on the bounce? Yes!
And I'm joined by Ernest, a Manchester United fan.
Leave!
It is Jojo. It is. I like JJ.
It's like, oh, fire.
Who's this?
Oh, you
Man like
missed
Jojo.
the best bit. You missed
Man
the
like
best bit
Jojo.
of the thing.
And I'm joined by Adrian, a Liverpool fan.
Day, what's the score? Day, what's the score? Day, what's the score? Day, what's the score?
Lovely stuff. Just to let you know, we're watching the Monday Night Football. Bournemouth at home to Palace. It's already 1-0 inside 5 minutes. It looks like it's
Hey,
Brooks.
Crystal Palace pattern up, man.
Nah, bro.
No
I'm
clean sheet,
I'm
bro.
I'm here for the Bournemouth victory.
Hey, no
still. I'm
clean
here for the
sheet, bro.
Bournemouth victory.
Safe.
Yeah, so that's what's going on at Monday Night Football at the moment. But
Oh, that's a finish.
fantastic finish.
That's his first goal in the Prem as well.
Yeah, Brooks came from which club?
Sheffield United.
Sheffield
Easy.
United. That's the one. Let's kick things off on the top 4 derby, shall we? Chelsea won, Liverpool won.
Derby.
Yeah, that's what we called it last time. Chelsea won, Liverpool won. Goals from Eden Hazard and Daniel Sturridge, former Chelsea. Yeah, what were your thoughts on the game on at Stamford Bridge?
Yeah, like I said from
let him take
before,
the floor,
removed from the game, I'm happy. I'm happy with drawing against Liverpool. I'm happy with the fact that we beat them in midweek. So going into the 2 games, we beat them once, drew once.
Yeah.
I'll take that. But when we watched the game, I'm actually not so happy because I feel like we defended as well as we could, considering how good their attack is, and we gave them silly chances.
Yeah.
But then, like the one chance that literally we didn't even give them a chance, and they scored.
Yeah.
Like Sturridge is
Well,
not.
actually, I don't
Sturridge
know.
wasn't through on
I don't
goal.
know, I
Sturridge
don't
wasn't.
know.
It wasn't a chance.
But Liverpool had created quite a bit.
That's what I'm
It looked
saying.
dangerous.
That's what I'm saying. We
Shaqiri-
gave them
hey,
chances
Shaqiri
throughout the
missed
game.
sit-up, bro.
That's what I'm saying. We gave them chances throughout the game to score goals.
Yeah.
Then they didn't take their chances. But then the one time they scored was the time we didn't even give them an opportunity to score. He shot from. He shot from
Barkley gave the ball
Ross
away.
Barkley, man. We were talking about Ross Barkley in the game. He gave away the ball beforehand, like 5 minutes
Sturridge
before.
had no right to shoot from there. He had no right.
That was a finish, bro.
Had no right.
Phenomenal finish.
But he had a left.
Yeah,
Good
left.
peg
Yeah,
there.
left.
Excellent finish.
I mean, yeah,
Smashed it from
Barkley.
in.
We watched Barkley and we said, oh, you know, another one of those that will cost you. And literally, we watched it again. He gave the ball away.
Yeah.
And
Barkley's best position is at 10.
you think further forward?
he's-
Yeah, actually, I agree.
He's
Yeah,
not. He's not a
further
central
forward.
midfielder
Sure.
like that.
Let's talk on the first half. Hazard's goal. The play from Chelsea
Oh!
was phenomenal. We were watching the analysis.
Liverpool's thing was
And
shocking, man.
Liverpool set up for the goal. Like we were watching the analysis from the Monday Night Football earlier, and it was just like
But they do that a lot, though.
when they freeze framed it.
No, when you
the
first frame, yeah,
holes-
there was a hole.
The
Yeah.
No, but
holes.
Liverpool do that a lot.
whole-
When
no.
Listen, when Liverpool are in attack,
Yeah.
bro, Van Dijk is at the halfway line, you know.
I mean,
Like,
No,
it's
no, no.
high.
Your back, yeah, like it's a decent line, yeah, but there was a gap there. Like, they left Hazard. I was like, yo.
there was a
In the
massive
middle
gap
of
in the
the
middle.
It was a
of the
fullback and Joe Gomez.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
between there, that gap.
Who is it the right or
pitch.
left
Before
back?
that, before even the defensive
Who- who
line,
right back
in
had his own
midfield,
Arnold, yeah.
in midfield, I don't know who should be marking who, but in midfield there was a gap for Hazard to collect the
Do you
ball,
know what it is, yeah?
then gave it to Kovacic,
Do you know what it
and
is,
then
yeah?
it was over from there.
Even if it's flipping Sturridge marking him,
Yeah.
Hazard should never be free.
under no
He should
circumstance.
never be free.
I mean, most teams double up on him, and I think Liverpool did that for the most.
I just look at Hazard the same way I look at Messi. You can't mark him.
Yeah, he was
You
running a
can't
lot.
mark him, bro.
I mean, where Hazard picks the ball from, in fairness, he picks
Yeah.
it in his own half.
Yeah.
And then,
Is it?
and then they go. Yeah, then they go.
Yeah.
1-2 passing.
Well,
two-
but-
No, the second part. Oh, I thought you meant the first
first,
time.
where
yeah,
Hazard
yeah,
picks
yeah.
the ball.
He gets the ball, yeah.
And he
when
just
he
runs
picks it,
round,
He
yeah,
runs
yeah.
round. He goes off, and then Kovacic lays it back, and then somebody sends a through ball forward.
I think the through ball was from
But
Kovacic.
then
Yeah, it
Kovacic
was.
and somebody else had a little 1-2 play. I don't know if it was the centre half. There was like a,
Hazard to Kovacic to Jorginho. I don't
might have
know.
been Jorginho,
One of
yeah.
them. It was one of them,
it
man.
might have been.
And then the
yeah.
through ball was just.
The through ball was
The through ball
Sumptuous.
was just
Sumptuous.
bro.
Sumptuous.
E-press triangle. bro.
It was a brilliant through ball.
Fam.
However, the finish was tidy. However, the goalkeeping was shocking.
yeah.
Because the
Oh,
goalkeeper.
I thought it was just me.
No,
I was like, bro, he touched it.
He got his hand.
He touched it.
I said it when it went in. 67M, bro.
Goalkeeper got like a thumbnail to it. He needs to save that. He has to save that.
Thumbnail.
Yeah, because it was like a little clip.
I agree.
It was like a
got to it, bro.
That's funny.
Goalkeeper's got to save that.
You have to save that.
Goalkeeper's got to save that.
I feel like it takes the thing about football is just fine margins. I feel like it takes a slight step to the right.
Yeah.
And then that kind of just throws him a bit off balance, so he can't quite get around to down to what Hazard did.
Yeah.
You're right.
Oh.
Small margins cause big errors.
Yeah, bro.
That's what it comes down to. And conceding a goal where Liverpool looked kind of tidy in that first half, and Chelsea hit them with the goal. And Chelsea were quite dangerous. Do you know what? The thing I noticed that I took away from that game was that Liverpool's defending is still poor. I'm still not convinced.
Is it?
Yeah,
Because
many times Chelsea got through on goal. You have to ask yourself, Hazard was 1-on-1 with the keeper on 2 occasions. Which is
That second chance that he missed,
yeah.
for me, the defending was worse in that second chance than the first goal.
They were both poor.
The first one was just an individual error from Robertson.
Nonetheless,
The second one, I was like,
that's the thing. Robertson, the defender, caused the error.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
me, that's poor defending.
Yeah.
So I don't mean it necessarily
As a collective.
on a ball coming forward. How did they defend that ball? Even when you have the ball, if you're giving it away, that's poor defending. It's poor play.
I definitely think Chelsea should have counter-attacked better.
Say again?
We should have counter-attacked better.
Yeah, you should have made the most of your chances.
there was one
like
chance
you
that
said,
Willian's touch kills the attack, man.
Willian was clear on goal and he gets eaten up by Gomez and Van Dijk, who both match his speed. And I'm like, what's going on?
But if he controls the ball better, I'm not saying that he's Zidane, but if he controls the ball better and he dinks my man, it's 2 goals.
There you go.
That's the thing. You wonder, is it great Chelsea play? Is it poor Liverpool defending? Is it a bit of both? It probably is. But I'm thinking,
I think it was great. First half, great Chelsea play.
It
Great
was.
Chelsea play.
There were too many times when they stopped the frame, and I'm like, Liverpool are nowhere. This is not the Liverpool I've seen the
No man's land.
first 3 games of the season where they're keeping clean sheet after clean sheet, and now I'm not saying they're leaking goals, but as in the 2 at Anfield last week in the Carabao Cup, and then again at Stamford Bridge, and it should have been more.
But it's better opposition though, isn't it?
I guess
They played fodder.
It is better opposition, but the defending was poor. It's not like it was like they were up against a great attack, and therefore they couldn't defend as well as they have done. I think their defending was just poor, like position.
Because
and
more
Van Dijk
time
was fit as such. I heard that he wasn't the best.
He was his rib in it from the
He
previous game.
wasn't the best. So maybe that has a part to play. They couldn't risk not playing him because Lord knows how many goals they could have scored Chelsea. But Chelsea can't finish.
Chelsea should have scored more than one.
Chelsea are terrible at finishing
Chelsea
in that game.
don't have a striker.
And they don't have a striker. That's the exhibit A.
Hey,
We don't have
Van
a goal
Dijk.
scorer.
Van Dijk had Giroud in his pocket.
Do you think so?
Pammed him.
Pammed, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
Yo,
Because it's rare.
For
I
me-
hear Giroud's in a pocket.
for me,
Rare.
the 2 centre backs. For me, David Luiz was man of the match. Yeah,
David Luiz,
but
okay.
but the 2 centre backs, were incredible. I even tweeted Oscar. I was like, they were, bruv. David Luiz.
What, David Luiz and Rudiger?
No, sorry, Van Dijk and David Luiz. Sorry, yeah.
I was gonna say because Rudiger on a few.
Rudiger got caught out, bro.
He was not an international.
That clearance was good, but in the 90,
Salah made him sit down.
That's
Salah made him sit
That's
down.
why where Salah just makes him sit down. Yeah, you're thinking.
Tell him to go get McCoy's fam.
Alright, blood. Speaking of Salah, though,
No, don't jump on the wagon.
I'm not jumping on the wagon. I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question. I'm not talking about form. I'm talking about the 90 minutes. Why am I jumping on me? I didn't even ask the question yet.
If man was in my fantasy, I'll be livid.
He's my fantasy
I'll
team.
be
He's my fantasy team.
I'll be livid.
He's in my fantasy team.
I'm
He
livid.
will remain.
No.
I'm just asking a question.
What's the question?
I'm asking a question.
What's the question?
Walk on for Salah.
Sometimes the question
Bad day at the office.
is agenda driven.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I have agendas. Oh, no. I have agendas.
Listen,
I'll keep it on.
let
But
me describe how bad this is, yeah?
Yeah.
Not this new FIFA 19, bro. The time to finish it.
what's it saying?
I ain't touched, bro.
I'm getting it this week.
Nah, I'm not even touching it, blood. Time finishing is long, bro. You can't just shoot. You need to time it.
Have you seen the demo? After the first half of my demo, I switched it off. It's too easy. It's too easy.
Yes, it is.
The demo, bro. Play the demo.
Alright,
Play the demo.
Jump in the tournament, bro. Jump in the world tournaments, bro. Make that money.
Esports, blood.
People are making like $250,000 and winning
Me.
tournaments.
A whole me.
A whole you.
To sit in a tournament
250 million.
with Infantile.
But we could get works though.
That's what I'm saying.
You're playing some kid in Korea.
Man's the best in this country.
Man, bro.
That man with no life.
With just players that are just not skillful.
It's just
but they're
Cheetos.
putting it
That's
out.
what I'm saying. Accrington Stanley versus Man United.
And they're doing Rabona.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, what was that FIFA where you can like score from the halfway line?
FIFA 08 and 09.
From kickoff, you can.
Bro, hey, Ronaldo was 99
Shot power.
shot power. Him and Adriano in Pro were the same.
It's all mad. What did we learn from Liverpool Chelsea?
But that was my question though. That was my question though. What for Salah though? How can you choke?
Shall I answer it? No, it's fairly simple.
I'm shocking, blood.
He's just not in the right format.
That finesse, blood.
But he's
Is he not getting the elixir from the Pharaohs? Is he not?
My man's moving like a sphinx at the moment. No, but for me, what would be the worrying thing about Mohamed Salah is if he's not getting opportunities, if he's getting missing, if he's hiding, if he's not really creating. He's doing that, And if we look back to how we started last season, he didn't, hit the ground running last season. It took him a bit of time to get into his stride. And the funny thing is, last season was an anomaly. Like, he's probably never going to bang 44 goals again in the season. But
What?
yeah, you know what I mean.
And men are telling me about 27 goals for Lukaku.
Man,
44 goals.
Man had a mad
Good
touch.
God.
But listen, Salah's still banging. This is gonna sound mad, but he's still banging 25 in the league for me this season.
I think so.
You get a comfortable.
I think he's trying too hard.
Yeah,
I think he's trying too hard. Yeah, I think he feels pressure from himself to do more, and I feel like that's when it doesn't come off.
You could tell by the finishing.
And I feel like he put the same pressure on himself last season. I remember the game against United where he kind of took the ball out of continuous stride. I remember the game against City where he kind of didn't really there was like a one-on-one. Didn't really bend it.
Yeah.
And then it came to a point when it was like October, November, December, like when he sort of found his stride, found the mojo. Listen, all it needs is two goals at Anfield in the game.
He needs to score good goals because he's scoring goals, but it's just that they're still rough.
He needs that one.
He needs one that was set.
And I also think you need this tough period of fixtures to finish.
Absolutely.
Because like you got Napoli next, and then City on Sunday.
Then after that, it's like what?
After that, it's just bruv. You get me? Like Sideman FC.
The thing with like Salah, it's just the finish. That's off.
Yeah,
Like,
everything else is
It's
there.
the same Mohamed Salah.
Everything else is there, and I'm not worried. I wouldn't be worried if I was a
I'd be worried about Mane though. I think Mane is a selfish player, man.
That's what I told you
Selfish,
this.
bro.
I told you this, Tottenham.
He pisses me off.
I told
man,
you this,
swear.
Tottenham, blood.
And you know when he started pissing me off? World Cup. Because I was like, blood, you're clearly the best player in this team, yeah? Why are you trying to score every goal?
I ain't gonna lie though.
I
Have you
personally
seen any
like it.
difference since Southampton? This has been Mane.
This is him.
This has been him.
this
You know,
is-
It's frustrating at times.
I'll keep it a buck, yeah.
I'll
I'll keep it a buck. I watched Southampton when it was big teams. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to pretend like man was watching Ward Prowse from primary school.
he was out there trying to hog everything, bro.
But it's like blood. Like be a team player in it. Like you got other man. Like Firmino's the most unselfish forward in world football.
He's selfless, bro.
De Bruyne is like.
He'll run through a brick house for you.
That's what I'm saying.
On Firmino, I think it's time. I think it's time.
It's time for what?
To be benched for Sturridge.
No,
because
yeah.
Listen,
Because-
Sturridge on. Hey.
Sturridge is on form at the minute. Yeah,
I still wouldn't do it.
And I think because Firmino hasn't really done much the last couple of games.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you. I haven't seen much.
The calm collected. Okay. Just gotta let man chat.
I'm gonna let man
I think since the PSG game, I haven't seen Firmino in his element, in his form that we know him to be.
The PSG game was like 2 weeks ago.
I said since then we've had about 4 games. I haven't seen much.
How many has he played?
4 games.
We've had about 4 games
In all
since
comps?
PSG. Yeah, in all comps, obviously.
What?
In that weekend, which I don't think he started.
Who did you play that weekend?
Fam, I had a finger in his eye. Of course he didn't start.
He didn't start. He didn't
So
start.
he played against Southampton.
The finger was the game before.
He played against Southampton and he played
Yeah.
against Chelsea.
Southampton, Chelsea.
Yeah, so 1 game, 2 games, sorry.
Only 2? Are you sure?
Did he come on in the Carabao Cup?
No, he didn't play the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, so it's 2 games since.
Alright, I still start Sturridge, just on the form of the 2. So if we go on those 2 sample games, you look at what Sturridge has done in those 2 games, and you look at what Firmino's done. Because I know what Firmino's capable of. I know he's much better than what he's producing at this minute.
Yeah.
And I just think, give Sturridge while the heat is hot. You give it to him right now.
I do think one of the reasons Liverpool are not scoring is because tactically I think they've changed slightly. I think Klopp's trying to be more pedantic conservative rather than because if you deep it, yeah, where's Keita?
I don't know.
Where's Keita?
Wait, is he injured?
He's not injured.
He's on the bench.
Why is he on the bench, blood?
Because
I know exactly why he's on the bench.
why is he on the bench?
Because, you know, whether you like it or not, Milner, Henderson, Wijnaldum, they're more conservative.
Wait there. Wijnaldum can go.
No, he can't.
Let finish.
No, bro.
He's
He's been one of the best midfielders in the league this season.
Excuse me?
Of course he has. Yeah, of course he has.
What did you say?
No, listen,
what did you say?
he's been one of the best midfielders in the league this season.
This is why Liverpool won't win the title. Bro.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Listen,
I'm calling it what it is.
Wijnaldum is garbage. You need to get him out of your team, and that's why you bought Keita and Fabinho.
Yeah.
Because you can't play him.
He's performing.
You can't win the league with Wijnaldum.
I'm not saying like he's gonna be our key player, but he's performing at the moment.
Is he?
Hey, move,
Like,
man.
David with the early shots.
Everyone at Liverpool's been competent.
Yeah.
Let's not go on like he's been a great star midfielder this season. He's not.
No,
done much.
he's doing what he has to do.
You watch, bro. When Keita
anyway,
and them
actually-
lot start starting,
Yeah.
you'll be a breath.
In fact, Peter,
fresh air.
you've even preempted my point.
Go on.
Because look, watching that game from the Liverpool perspective, what I liked from it was I feel like there's about 3 things I learned from that game. I feel like Klopp is trying to be a lot more pedantic, a lot more conservative. Because I remember we were 1-0 down, and I think I was with you, man, and I said, "Wow, I take off Milner and I put Shaqiri in the hole." But instead, Klopp Klopp showed a lot of balls. He took off Salah, brought on Shaqiri.
Which is bizarre.
Bizarre, you say, but
Wrong substitution.
I thought so at the time. But you know, Shaqiri misses a golden opportunity. Some would say yes, Salah would have put it in, but you know, he was in the right place, and he got the assist for Sturridge's goal. I mean, yeah, it was a simple pass, but you got to be in there to make it happen.
Of course, yeah, no, of course.
And I feel
I
like
don't get why Salah was taken off. That was my only query. Not that Shaqiri come on. Why is Salah gone off?
because Klopp didn't want to disrupt the shape at that particular point in the game. There wasn't a need to. And let's say
And Chelsea's midfield was solid, bruv.
And let's say we weren't gun
midfield was
hole
solid.
and Chelsea scored a second, I'd be cussing. I'd be like, "Raw, man, taking with the
Yeah,
shit."
one of the things that Monday Night Football pointed out was in the PSG game, Salah made the mistake for Mbappe's goal, was it?
Hooked off 4 seconds after.
Yeah.
And the chance that Hazard missed, again, was Salah's mistake for that one. So they were saying that Klopp saw that and said, "You're not costing us the game again with your, bad tackling or mishandling the ball."
And I wonder why he had so much faith in Shaqiri then. Because if you think Salah's going to cost you games, then Shaqiri cost Stoke a lot of games. So I don't know what.
Yeah, because he didn't want to be there.
Yeah,
We can all assume that.
Yeah, but that's
You're going to drop points, bro.
He was also the highest goal scorer and highest assist maker of that
probably,
goal.
yeah, probably that 6.
I think the second thing I learned from that game was we've actually got strength and depth now, and we've actually got players with the quality of Shaqiri or Sturridge. Because for me, you man are saying Sturridge should start. For me, he's past it. His legs are gone. But what Daniel Sturridge is, he's a finisher. And do you remember like all them years ago when Birmingham City had Kevin Phillips?
Yeah.
Man was like 44 with a Zimmer for him.
Yeah.
Couldn't run, couldn't do anything.
Nice.
But you put the ball in the box for him, he'll finish.
You trying to say Sturridge is Glenn Murray? Man.
I also, not to a certain degree, it's like he's not.
Oh, Adrian.
No, hear me out. He's not Daniel Sturridge at 13, 14.
You want some
He's
water?
not. Huh?
You want some water?
I'm fine, bro.
20s. Like, he's still
He's
Sturridge in his 20s.
Listen, can he play 50 games this season?
Give him the opportunity.
See, I'm not saying starting. I'm just saying use him the way you've been using him.
Exactly.
Use him the way you've been using him.
My thing is
what
this,
Adrian
yeah.
said, though, isn't it?
He gets you more goals than Firmino, right? Do we agree?
Fully
with that?
fit.
Yeah,
at his best.
I'm not.
But we don't know. But we don't know until the end of the season to make that assessment because you don't know, bro.
You don't think if
the
Sturridge
guy
played-
could walk to the corner shop and pull something.
No, what I'm saying
It's
is
literally that,
if
bro.
he's fit, I'm saying if he's fit. Of course, I'm saying if he's fit because the same way we'll talk about Salah or Firmino, we're talking about these players.
I'm
if
saying,
they're fit.
I'm saying,
But the thing
I'm
is,
saying,
Salah and Firmino haven't been plagues for the past 4 seasons.
I'm saying, in the 5 games you start Sturridge,
Yeah.
there's not a guarantee. Because it's Sturridge.
But why is there a guarantee with anyone else? I get that.
Because no one has a history.
I get
that Sturridge
I get
has.
he's been injured, but I think that's overblown. I think his injuries have been a bit overblown.
Nah, Pete.
I don't think so.
His last full season was 2014.
He's been injured every.
That's 4 years ago.
And even that season, he only played
But you're forgetting
29 games.
how young he was even then, and before that, you're talking about like the time he was at Chelsea, the time he was at City, the time he was at Bolton. Young guy.
But it's still the same body.
You're not going to expect to get full seasons out of him, who was a bit part player. He wasn't bit part because he was injured. He was bit part because he wasn't as good as
at the level.
When he was younger.
What, younger than Liverpool?
So at Chelsea,
but post Liverpool, yes, he got injured young before that. But post Liverpool, he's never had a full season.
But he had one injury.
And
let's not forget, he had an injury that lasted about 18 months.
And him.
No, don't get me wrong. He had an injury that lasted about 18 months. He's had about 2 setbacks since then. It's not. But
the setbacks have been long.
He's not Wilshere. It's not Wilshere.
We're not saying he is. We're just saying that the minute you start playing him, the disappointment in his Sturridge. Bruv, I remember me and D were watching the West Brom Chelsea game. The guy came onto the pitch 2 minutes into the game, walked into the tunnel.
Yeah, no.
You can start him, but the day he gets injured, you're always going to be upset.
It's funny you mentioned that West Brom game. I feel like for Sturridge, he went pen. Like when he was at West Brom, he was like, "Raw, is this what my career could be like if I don't pattern up?" And I feel like he's come into this
I hear that.
with a bit of fire in his belly, a bit more hunger, and
a bit lighter training.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I think Klopp done him dirty when he first come, because when he came, he was arguing about whether he's got the mentality to play through injuries.
But I remember we had like a 20-minute debate about this one time.
Yeah, he needs to know the difference between pain and real pain.
You're saying Sturridge hasn't quite got it. You said he'd rather be in Miami, Chris Brown concert.
As in mentally, mentally, yes.
Mad.
Mentally, yes. But I'm sorry, you've got Sturridge now. He's hot. Let's not deny it.
But
he's hot.
He's hot for now.
That's what I'm saying.
So play him. We can't say he's hot. You know, to try and project how long he'll be hot for is unfair to him.
But what I'm saying is the role he's playing in now is perfect for him, because I don't think he's got it in him to play 90 minutes here, 90 minutes there.
That's harsh.
Impact some.
But his opinion has come from a concrete place, though. It's not.
I'm saying, don't let that injury that happened with him at Liverpool and the couple of setbacks, like, project over the player that Sturridge we know can be.
I think we all know how good Sturridge is.
But you wouldn't start him as your number 9 this season ahead of Firmino. That's strange
because Firmino worked last year.
He does, but you need goals this season. Liverpool need goals. And we argued this already like last week, I think, on the pod.
But Liverpool have gotten goals, though.
Not enough to win the league.
Liverpool have had their first draw.
But look, not enough to win the league. My friend, they're going to lose the league title this year because they haven't scored enough goals. I said it last week on the pod. Because they haven't got that centre forward who's going to bang them 20-25, they're not going to win the league.
As of now, they're proving you wrong.
How? City are top.
They're second on goal difference.
How? City are top.
City top on goal difference.
Yeah. 6 goals.
Mate,
and that's 6 goals.
And I was saying on the pod last week, I said the one thing that ruins Liverpool in this equation, and City are getting on with their business underground.
I don't think so. Personally, I think it's obviously it goes without
saying. Well, they're playing each other next week.
It's the team that amasses the most points over the course of the season.
Absolutely, yeah.
It goes without saying, but you don't get a goal bonus if you beat Brighton 1-0 or 12-0.
No, but what I mean,
what I'm saying, how you felt losing the league on goal difference, man.
Never lived it down. Fergie went and bought a 30-goal a season striker and dealt with that problem. The thing what I'm trying to say is that the goals will change the draws to wins and will change the defeats to draws.
And that's what Sturridge did on Saturday. So we've got him in the squad.
So I said start the guy. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, look, put him in there ahead of Firmino.
For me personally, I don't think he's at the physical capacity
do you think they didn't win on Saturday because they didn't start him? According to your hypothesis. If they start Sturridge against Chelsea...
A draw was fair. The reason for their draw was their defence. Their defence is poor. They were poor defensively.
Chelsea was a poor day at the office.
Fine. You know, Chelsea had far too much chances, big chances as well, for it to just... Because it could have been 2-2, could have been 3-3.
Do you know what it is, yeah? I don't know if it's just me being lazy and I'm just thinking it's just that typical Chelsea-Liverpool rivalry that game was, because... When was the last time you beat them at Stamford Bridge?
2 years ago.
When was the last time? When was the last time they beat you at Anfield?
No, the question you got to ask is when was the last time Chelsea beat Liverpool at home? It's been a what?
Last home last season.
It was a draw. Wasn't it a draw last season?
It was a draw at Anfield.
We beat them. Morata scored.
Liverpool?
Yes.
Yeah.
You sure you're not confusing with Man United?
That's what I said was in the running of the cup.
We lost to United at Old Trafford around the same time, but we beat Liverpool.
That's a fixture I've also forgotten. I've forgotten that fixture.
No, it was inconsequentional. Because it was Arsenal Burnley that day, and then after it was the Liverpool Chelsea game.
I remember Liverpool winning at Stamford Bridge 2-1 and 3-1 the year before that. That's what I was thinking.
That was the Benteke year.
That's what I was thinking. It's so far since I've last seen Chelsea win at home against Liverpool that I thought.
No, we won there last.
Like 6 months ago.
I just think it's two bogey teams against each other. I just think that's what it was.
We'll see. Cause,
you think they're like one-off games?
You lot versus Chelsea is always an interesting game.
But then
it's always interesting.
So then, how do we judge Liverpool then? In
the long term, stop the 12 draws from last season and turn those draws into W's. Then I can have a conversation.
They were talking.
Then because to me, I didn't even know City were top. By the way, I didn't know, and I'm like,
I was shocked when I found out.
I was like,
oh yeah, City are top.
Listen, they've been plugging away. Pam in Huddersfield
out here getting clean
it's
clean sheets as well.
Because they were out of Chelsea, Liverpool, and them. They were the first team to drop points.
Yeah.
So you kind of
against Wolves, So you almost forgot about them.
Yeah.
But for me, I just think for Liverpool, it's the long game. It's not the one-off victories against big teams because they'll beat the big teams this year. That there's no issue with that. It's the one-off games that were draws last year. Was it Burnley at Anfield?
Bro, 13
come on, those are the games that they need to convert because really, if we're being honest, we kind of guess Liverpool will be further up in the top 4 last season because of the way they play. If they draw more games, they're not getting it. Now they're playing a bit more. It's a side of Klopp I didn't think I'd see. It's a lot more conservative. It's practical. It's
smart.
It's very smart. It's guys. Instead of being gung ho and losing the ball in midfield because we attack so much, let's actually plan our attacks.
That's why I didn't play Keita.
What?
And Keita to me, I feel like Keita being dropped. I asked the question because I want an agenda. I love an agenda, but Keita to me got dropped because he's still learning the rhythm of the league.
Absolutely.
And when it clicks,
but when it clicks, you got
a midfielder there. But Fabinho's too slow.
Like
he is Matish's son.
No. In the Carabao Cup, I saw 2 things from him. I saw exactly why we signed him for 40 million quid, and I saw exactly why we haven't played the guy. Because I feel like he's just not into the rhythm of how we play.
Yeah,
And hope
and he was injured when he came in. He had a little.
I've had a little,
Like I don't think you signed him injured, but I think after pre-season he got something.
And I think with Fabinho as well. And for me, the prevailing wisdom is that I've seen what Klopp's done with players like Ox, with players like Robertson, where they had quite slow starts, and then towards the second half of the season,
they caught up.
They really kicked on, and I feel like even like with Shaqiri, because I remember I was watching like pre-season, and it was like a simple drill. It was like balls coming in from the sides, hit it first time kind of thing. And Shaqiri's warming up, and he's like a deer in headlights. He doesn't know where the ball's coming from, and that's not because he's a bad player. That's not because he's stupid or whatever. It's because he's at a new club. He's getting used to the rhythm of things. Solanke and Origi, them man, they're in the shadows, but they know where the ball's coming from. And just take that little moment in isolation. I think in the greater narrative, there are still players where Klopp's demanding, and it's difficult to play for that guy. So for me, I think Fabinho right now he's off the pace right now. Yeah. But when he's up to speed, I think we've got one hell of a player. I
think you guys make the point of it was the games against your Burnleys and whatnot that Liverpool need to stop doing. Ernest said stop the 12 draws, that kind of thing. I still think it's not enough because they haven't got that centre forward that's going to put them over the line. Because I do think that you are rectifying the issues you had last year, but you will still be 10 points, I think, behind Manchester City coming the end of the season. This is just an opinion, but it's just that it's amazing that City will have to drop the 19 points gap whilst Liverpool have to gain like another 10
points.
You know what I'm saying? In order for it to be a title head-to-head race. Because I don't think, for me, I don't know. I don't believe it. I'm not there yet.
My rebuttal to you would be Alisson spent 67 million quid on him.
Yeah.
For me, he makes 2 fantastic saves. I'm not sure if Mingele makes them. And the save that impressed me more. Saves, the save that impressed me more was the second Hazard save, where if Hazard puts it in, it's 2-0, it's game over.
It's finished. Yeah.
I think they're basic saves, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Listen, I think he makes it look basic because you have to remember he's off his line. He doesn't sell himself short. He spreads himself because there was even a time where Ronaldo plays an atrocious back pass, and Alisson's off his line. He's there, and he sweeps it up. So it's like no big issue. However, if it's Mingele, Hazard is probably in, and it's 2-1.
Because I get Oscar's argument. They're standard saves. They're saves we expect them to make. The problem is you didn't expect that from Mingele. I
think the issue here is that Klopp took this team to the Champions League final and they lost because their keeper couldn't handle a simple shot. Yeah,
he's been poor.
But now
he's been poor since he joined Karius. Karius had been awful for Liverpool since he joined.
No, I know.
And they had to rectify that problem. Yeah. And now Alisson's making saves that.
But even we're excited.
Alisson, he won us a point.
You got to be a Liverpool fan to understand.
No, he won us a point, and he stopped a potential title rival from getting 2 more points.
Because I agree with Oscar, they are simple saves.
No, he was just there. It's not like he didn't even reach for it.
No, the thing
is, it's not like he reached for the ball.
You know,
it's just it,
mate. He saved them the game. Alisson saved them the game.
No, whether you like it or not,
best save in that game was done by Kepa.
Probably. He saved you in the game.
Yeah, from money.
You both got good goalkeepers in the summer.
If Alisson doesn't stop that Willian chance, it's what, 2?
No, I felt like that time was 0-0.
Hazard was always going to score.
Yeah.
Hazard was always going to score.
At some point.
The confidence man got from Wednesday night. He was always going to score.
It felt like an advert film.
You know what the biggest shame is? That's never going to be a Premier League advert.
Yeah, you're right.
It's never going to be a Premier League advert.
And Moreno's crap, by the way, man.
Yeah,
you remember what I said to you yesterday? What? That we know why certain man don't start.
Bro, I mean, I
saw
Lovren, I saw...
Do you know what's sad?
Saw some players.
2-3 seasons ago, that was our starting back line.
Yeah.
With Mingele and goal, that was our back five.
No, like first team games. Like Old Trafford, the Etihad, that was the back line.
That was the best we could do.
You know what? I said to one guy at work who's a Liverpool fan, and I said to him, and we were talking, he said, no, but this was our defence last season. This was our back 5 last season. And I said to him, like...
The upgrade.
Honestly, like, how were you getting away with this?
It's like getting the XS Max.
It was a case of how were you getting away. No wonder why you never won nothing on
that. But that,
you can't win that.
You
can't win anything with that back.
You can't.
And a shocking keeper as well to add into that.
So it's like back 5.
As well.
The goalie as well.
My bad.
But like Klein is the only one you would exempt, and Klein's come off the ball dramatically. If Trent is starting, you have to ask yourself.
Nah, it's that love and hip hop, bruv.
You got to ask yourself.
I was not loving hip hop.
Man, I had the blood mohawk.
That's it. That's it.
I don't know. Should we move along? Move it along. Let's go. Come on, let's go.
East London. Say to you, Canning Town.
I'm so happy.
West Ham
I
United
don't know
3.
what went down at Stratford, boy.
West Ham United 3, Manchester United 1. I can't believe I'm saying this. Against a poor West Ham team.
Well, let's not
Ernest, what on earth happened at the London Stadium?
Guys.
Hey, before you start, man's opened up a Word document on his phone.
That's it.
Wait, Word? Not even notes?
All the notes.
I'm just man read that.
That's it.
I cannot believe what I was seeing.
It
didn't take long to take the lead either. They got it in like 4 minutes.
Guys.
Fam.
I am baffled.
The floor is yours. I am baffled.
Befuddled.
Hey.
I said bemused.
Bemused.
Dumbfounded. Crestfallen.
Hey, it's a laughing stock over there. Oh my god.
And my favourite word. Bewildered. Confounded. Lost.
You're lost.
Mazed.
Mazed.
That's my second favourite. You know what used to be in a maze?
Oh my god.
Mixed up.
I said I'm mazed.
Guys.
Oh my god.
I'm lacking orderly continuity.
Orderly continuity? Oh.
I am disconnected.
Equilibrium is gone.
Disjointed. Disordered. Garbled. Scattered.
Scattered.
Incoherent.
Oh my lord.
Guys, in layman's terms, I am confused.
Is that what you use in layman's terms? All of that? Oh my lord.
Guys. Before I start, I just want to say, I'm of the opinion, that the biggest problem is Manchester United. Yeah? I have no issue with that.
Manchester United.
Manchester United as an entity is the biggest issue. But guys, let's move from the Queen to the king on this chessboard.
Go on then.
Jose Mourinho needs to leave.
Are you sure?
I'm not saying tonight.
Are you sure?
I'm not saying tonight. I'm not saying next week. I'm saying at some point this season, Mourinho needs to leave.
Are you sure?
Listen.
Start again, man.
Listen.
We can't start. Man United
Pete,
cannot
Pete,
start.
Yeah,
again.
you have to start again
They
properly.
can't. They've done that for the last 6 years.
No, but the thing is, I haven't done it properly. What they need to do...
No, they haven't done it properly. This is what I'm saying. They've tried to buy this brand.
Pete,
For this whole season, they need to be...
Man
interviewing
United.
people, bro.
Man United have money businessmen
Yes.
making football decisions.
Correct.
Ed Woodward, the duffel bag boy, that's all he is.
Yes.
A duffel bag boy.
Yes.
He's not a director of football.
No.
He's not. He can't. I can't even leave him to be head of recruitment.
No.
I couldn't leave him to be head of
why
recruitment.
would you?
Do you know why?
That is
Do you know why?
suicidal.
Do you know why? I said to one of my customers today. I said, if you look at the type of forward we have, we have. This is my issue. Again, I feel like I'm repeating myself here. I feel like I'm playing the show reel of Ernie on Top 4 podcast since the inception of this podcast. Everything I'm saying I've said already. We have Rashford, Martial, Sanchez, and Lukaku.
Yeah.
4 different types of forwards.
Yeah.
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 So what going for recruitment? We have Matic, Pogba, Fellaini, Fred, and who else?
Herrera.
And Herrera. I'm not gonna put McTominay in there because he's trash. He's garbage.
He's Mourinho's player of the year last year.
Mourinho, yeah.
He makes me sick.
Mourinho's a fool. He's
Why?
an idiot, bro.
Why is he a fool?
We'll get on to that.
He can't be. He can't be.
Then,
I will back him to the hill. Don't worry. Carry on.
Are you?
the fact that you're doing that is wild.
No, you're
But anyway,
moving mad.
I'm not moving mad.
You're moving mad. Let him go. Let him go.
You'll find
You're
out
moving
why.
mad.
we've got Ashley Young. Pause. Matteo Darmian.
Is he still there? Is he still at
He was the only right back on the bench.
Oh God, he was on the bench.
He was the only right back on the bench.
How is he still at Manchester United?
We have
I can't
Phil
believe
Jones,
Can't believe
Marcus Rojo, who's still not fit. Yeah. Flipping Chris Smalling, Eric Bailly, Lindelof, Twanzebe on loan. Yeah. Luke Shaw and flipping who else playing? Who else? Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Spencer, innit?
Foster Mensah as well. Look at the difference in style. It tells you that there's a disunity with how we recruit. We don't look for one type of player. We don't look for, like, if you look at Liverpool, Liverpool have gone for almost the same type.
Yeah.
In a lot of positions, like to the point where their number 9 is not even a number 9. He's
You need variety?
you need variety depending on system,
Yeah, they don't have system.
which we don't have. unless anyone here can enlighten me on how we play.
I'm with you.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah,
I'm with you.
cool.
Hope for the best.
The only constant, bro. Imagine this. I can't even believe I'm saying this. The only constant is David De Gea.
Oh no, isn't it? Isn't it big man up top?
Big Rob.
We'll go on to him.
Isn't
We'll
he
go on
big
to him
man?
later.
Big R9.
Oh, by the way, Remy, yeah, Mr. 4 and 6. What's his last goal? Watford. Fools. Punk, get out of my club, bro. Get Lukaku out of my club.
Lukaku as well.
So
Mourinho and Lukaku.
Oh, I will call their Uber right now.
So
Abdul will get to them right now at
do
Trafford.
you keep Paul Pogba then?
This is the thing with Paul Pogba, yeah?
Oh.
If Paul Pogba was to be sold, I wouldn't cry.
Right. What? Yeah, no, you wouldn't lose.
I wouldn't cry because, first of all, I didn't want Pogba.
Why would you lose?
I liked Pogba. I didn't want Pogba. My idea, if you remember what I said, you know I'm not lying. I said Tony Cruz, Marco Verratti.
Yeah.
I said this 3 years ago.
You did say that.
That's why
I said this 3 years ago.
But you have removing what you said 3 years ago. Right now, you have Pogba.
Yeah,
So-
and can't he get sold like any other player?
Trust.
By the way, guys, if you didn't know, I heard the rules have changed for Champions League. If you buy from a Champions League club, they can play in the Champions League.
That makes sense. There should have always been.
It should have always been that, but I heard the rules have changed. So if Barcelona were to, because apparently Pogba's on a hype of if his agent got him a move to Barca, he'd be ongoing if Mourinho was still there. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so you're saying that.
So if Pogba was to
Anyway,
leave,
yeah.
if Pogba was to leave, cool. What would make me upset if people like Martial and David De Gea, who are on the last years of their contracts, if they left, I'll be like, all right, I need to find Mourinho's house. Because if he goes to the hotel, he changes room every night to make it feel like he's in a different room. full.
Silly though, but
Listen,
I think does that even speak?
I think he should. I think he should.
this is everything, Adrian.
But man's not here for the long haul.
He's not here for the long haul.
I was about doing.
Listen. These are the reasons why I want Mourinho out. Let's say kayak. These are the reasons I want Mourinho out. The first thing is this: Mourinho has not improved our players.
No.
Period.
Not a one.
Does he ever?
Yes.
I asked the question.
Yes.
Who?
Yes. The 2005 Chelsea team. We had John Terry. We had Lampard.
So
we
we
had
going there?
Didier Drogba. We had a.
Are we going there?
No, hear what I'm saying. He had a bunch of teams.
Come on,
He's been in like 6 clubs since.
Yeah, exactly. He's gone to Chelsea twice since then.
You said has he ever?
No, because I mean,
That's
look,
ever.
if someone has done something since 04, then we can't.
Listen.
Alright,
Listen.
Last 8 years is 2010.
Listen. Whether he's done it or not, I need improvement. I need to know that my players have gone from an A to a B.
I think you recruited the wrong manager there.
No, but again, that's why I kicked off by saying that Man United is the problem.
Yep.
But I'm giving you my reasons for Mourinho out.
Okay.
Yeah, he has not improved anyone.
He's an idiot.
No one has improved. No, Adrian, tell them again.
How can you say
No,
that?
I've come to that conclusion.
No, I've come to that point.
Bro, man, listen.
No, bro.
This isn't about football identity. Okay, this isn't like about greater narratives at United. How can you go to West Ham away
No, it's a disgrace.
with what is it?
It's a
3
disgrace.
DMs playing on the field at the same time?
No, it's a disgrace
do
to
with
lose to
Martin
West Ham.
Noble.
I'm sorry, it's a disgrace to lose to West Ham. That's the first step.
No.
Did you watch the game?
It was awful.
Did you watch the game?
I was on the screen. I didn't watch it properly. It was on the screen.
Did you see this little piece of action? The 1-2 between Pogba and Lukaku?
I did see that.
You saw it? Okay, cool.
And that's why.
Hang on, is that Mourinho's fault?
Hang
Hang on. Is that Mourinho's fault?
Do you know what's Mourinho's fault?
No, is that?
No, do you know what's Mourinho's
Go
fault?
on,
The fact that Lukaku still starts. That's his fault. Stop it! Stop that!
I mean,
he's dead, bro.
Listen,
he's
your
trash.
Team, listen. Your team should go to West Ham with that starting 11.
Oh, Pete,
by the way,
there is no direction.
Hang on.
Not with that team.
Hang on.
Not with that
Hang on.
team, but
You
not
lot
Pete.
are having a laugh. If you
I'm gonna ask you a quick
hang on.
question.
Let me talk the line. Yeah. How could that starting 11? And I said this to earlier the other day. We were talking. I said, look, it was an awful lineup. That lineup beats West Ham. I don't care.
How did they do it?
How?
Because the players are better than West Ham.
No. Tell me how you beat West Ham.
Practically.
How do you do it?
Trash, man.
No, hold on. How do you beat West Ham?
Fellaini can't play through
Hold
good to save his
on,
life.
hold on, David. How do you beat West
What do you
Ham?
mean how do you beat West Ham?
How do you beat West
Four
Ham?
more goals than them.
Look at this
No,
guy.
because I don't get your question. How do you beat West Ham?
No. Tell me practically how you expect 3 DMs and 1 person in the creative hub of the team to work as a link.
So the creative hub was Pogba.
That's
right?
it.
Hang on.
In an 11, hold on.
Let me finish.
That doesn't bewilder you.
Hang on.
But in 11 men, you have 1 creative hub.
In our
And Ashley Young at quarterback.
In
Are you pissing me off?
In our midfield, we have 1 creative player. In our midfield, we have 1.
And
No
there's
one's
issues.
moaning.
Who's
No
that?
one's moaning,
And
right?
there's
Mesut Ozil. No one moans.
We've got Torreira.
Torreira.
And you
It's
have
a
Link.
creative hub.
No, I'm saying.
More so
I'm
than
saying-
Fellaini and
I'm saying-
Matic.
I'm saying.
Even Xhaka, as crap as he is, he makes
It's
stuff
not a
happen.
creative hub.
I'm saying.
Most of the
No,
Fellaini,
Pete, real life.
Pogba's
Pete,
that guy.
real life, yeah? Torreira makes more forward. I don't even know the stats. I know he makes more forward passes than Matic. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, he probably
I know
does.
he makes
He
more
does.
forward passes than Fellaini.
He does, but you know Arsenal's way is attacking. We're an attacking
Oh,
side.
so now your
I'm just
way
saying.
is attacking.
I'm just saying.
So now your
I'm
way
saying.
is attacking. So what's our way?
Let me finish.
Going away from
Let
home?
me finish then. Let me finish.
Oh,
Because
this
if
is
you
dead,
go away
bro.
from, because this is what Mourinho was lauded for at Chelsea.
He's not at Chelsea anymore.
He could take, he could take 3 defensive midfielders, go to the Etihad and win 1-0 over there, and he was lauded for it.
When did he do that?
How many years ago? He did it.
No,
he
it was
did
a
it
masterclass.
He did it.
When did he do it?
He did it the year when they won the league.
No, the year before that.
Sorry, the year before that he
No,
won.
that was
The
a
year
sick
after that he
masterclass,
drew.
I can't
The year after that he drew there.
Which game
It was
was this?
1-0 with Chelsea.
Keep on.
Where?
Yeah, we had
What's that?
2014 season.
It was the
Ivanovic
season he
scored.
came back.
But
What, Ivanovic?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ivanovic,
yeah,
and then the following year was
Matic
yeah.
hit
It was the
the.
following year, right? Now,
But we
constantly, Mourinho has been lauded for that sort of stuff.
He did
Constantly.
it against in 2014. He did it against a team that eventually went on to win the league. We're talking
My
West Ham.
point, yeah, but he beat them. Is what I'm saying. No, my point is this. I'm not saying. Look, I said The starting 11 was awful. I'm not for that starting 11. I don't think Fellaini should be on your side. I don't think McTominay is good enough for your side. And we can go, the list goes on. I can name a lot of players in that team that shouldn't be at Man United. However, West Ham are garbage, awful. They're an awful side. Their first win, their first home win of the
David,
season.
you tell me.
Their first home win of the
Because
season.
I don't know what the formation was.
The thing is,
West Ham are not that bad.
They're garbage,
They're not.
man.
No,
They're
they're
garbage.
not.
Don't say that they're good because you
West
drew
Ham
them.
are-
I'm not saying they're good, but they're a team that you have to beat.
Manchester
Don't say
United.
that 'cause you
Yeah,
drew
because they drew with them. He's all loading up West Ham. We're not here to do that. We're not here to do that. West Ham,
bro, like,
West Ham
come
got
on.
their
Mark
first-
Noble, is that kinda right?
Pete, should we beat West Ham?
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
What we're saying is
Yeah.
that inherently
Agreed.
there's a tactical problem.
Agreed.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I asked you.
Yeah.
When I showed you the team sheet that day, I said, explain.
Yeah.
No, explain to me.
For sure.
How?
For sure.
Bro, I don't know, David. Don't tell me
No,
that.
but-
David, don't tell me that. Because
you're here.
No, but
David,
what I'm saying is- what I'm
David,
saying
I don't
is-
know. David, did you watch the game?
Yes.
David.
What I'm saying
David,
is, though-
what were we doing?
Listen, bro, if you've got Pogba, Martial, Lukaku, who was the other attacking player?
you can't-
Hang on, let me finish my point. Because if you've got them, you beat West Ham. I'm sorry.
No, that's
No,
Fine, you don't. You don't beat West Ham, man.
Pete, go on.
Don't beat West Ham.
Pete, go on.
No, because I've just said you have Pogba,
Oscar allowed.
you have Martial, you had Lukaku, and I can't remember the other attacking player. I think you had Mata. I can't remember who it was.
No, you
No
didn't.
one did.
Okay, fine. Those three, you beat West Ham.
With who? With
Those
three guys?
No, I'm saying attacking. You beat those
Pete,
guys.
we got three guys.
Oh my god.
No, but that's why I asked
What
you.
did West Ham have?
West Ham.
What did West Ham
West
have?
Ham had
Yarmolenko, Marko Arnautovic, and then
Anderson.
behind them,
None of those players are better than United's attack.
They're not.
Pete,
They're not.
Pete, but that's not the point. Marko Arnautovic came in the post-match interview and said, and obviously he's being cocky, but he's like, we didn't care about them because we prepared for what we had to do.
Wow.
No,
Pete,
the point I'm
I
making,
know how
though-
to beat
no,
United.
The point I'm making is that it's your players are better than West Ham's players. Your players lost the game because they are the ones that flopped the base.
Pete, what I'm
your
saying
players
is
were awful
Pete,
on Saturday.
Pete, but what I'm saying is this: as a coach, you know the different synergies and the different cohesions that work to make a good dynamic midfield. If you put Matic, Fellaini, and McTominay in midfield, that is the least dynamic midfield. So you can give tactics to whatever, but you can't teach a dog how to fish. Like, they're not going to do the job as well as a Fred, Pereira, Pogba. This is why I still blame Mourinho, because let's say for the sake of our argument, yeah, we should beat West Ham. When was the last time you played this formation? When was the last time you played this midfield?
He tried to change it.
You cannot go away from home
He lost to Derby
to West
and
Ham.
and he drew with Wolves. He tried
With
to
what
change
midfield?
It. He tried to change
With what
it.
midfield?
Doesn't matter.
It does matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because if he gets the result there, we would look at again another great performance from Mourinho. But the thing is, what I'm saying is that look, the players flopped Man United on Saturday. It was not Mourinho.
By the way, there has been a consistent trend from Leicester, the first game of the season, where we keep getting bopped in midfield. Every game we have been.
And it's regardless of who plays against.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter who we play. We get bopped in midfield.
So is it the manager's fault only?
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it's the manager's fault because you need consistency. You need consistency. But you haven't. But it hasn't worked because you haven't tried it.
The thing is,
that's my point.
If he flops against Derby, if he flops with Wolves, and he flops with West Ham, you're going to who you got next week? Newcastle. So Newcastle at home now. You're thinking, okay, what should he do now?
No, I'm saying
I'm
saying you're trying everything, but you're not trying the simplest thing. The simplest thing is to find a starting 11, which is what you used to do at Chelsea. Find a starting 11. Find. He's never done that at Man United.
But they're
He's
not
never done.
for him. They're not performing for him.
Pete, you have to find your starting 11 to have to perform.
Remember last year when he was being spiteful and he was saying, "Look, you guys asked me why Rashford ain't playing. You asked me why this one's not
First
playing."
of all, that's stupid.
I'm just saying.
When he cussed when he cussed Martial, this week for not, I was like, you idiots, bruv. You have decided to play 3 or 5 defensive-minded players to ask your attacking player to defend. Are you taking a piss, bro?
No, but he said the reason why he
Fam,
went to a back
I'm
three.
not-
No,
listen.
No, he says he goes to a back three
Fairness.
because Martial is not going to be the type to defend. So he went for 3 at the back,
Bro.
and he had wing backs that would cover that ground that Martial
Bro,
wouldn't cover.
bro,
He left him out
bro,
to dry. Don't get me
bro,
wrong, but
bro.
that's why he
I'm
played.
I'm not hearing that.
If Martial's to
Do
play,
you know why I'm not hearing that?
Go on.
Because when did Mourinho start listening to fans?
but that's the thing.
He's a fool.
He's running out
He's
of
a fool.
ideas. No, it's not because it's
He's
not.
a fool.
You're
You're telling
that's not
me.
fair. That's not fair. To call him a fool is not
You're a
fair.
fool.
No, because if he's changing the situation where Man United are not winning games, it's unfair to call him a fool. Because he's trying something different and it's not working.
You haven't.
We get it.
You haven't tried. No, but you haven't tried the simple thing. Last season we started with Eric Bailly and was it Chris Smalling or Lindelof? One of them. We had so you see our first day in games. You see our first day games where we're battering teams. Yeah. We had more or less the same 11s. Right. Martial was starting on the left, Lukaku in the middle, Rashford on the right. Yeah, or sometimes they would interchange depending on the game or whatever. Yeah. We'd have Pogba in midfield. We'd have Mkhitaryan and we'd have Matic.
Everyone knows what they do.
And then we'd have Valencia on the right. We'd have Ashley Young at left back.
Yeah.
For 8 games, most of that time we were battering teams because we had the same 11.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that you haven't even started that this season. We played a different 11 at Leicester, different 11 at Brighton, a different 11 at Wolves, a different 11 at Watford.
So what should he start with? What
Bro,
should he start with where you think, you know...
The same 11 you had last season.
Yeah. But then what? But he bought players. So what, he doesn't play them? He bought players last season. He bought Sanchez, he bought Fred.
Yeah. So but you're getting paid 15 million a year to discover the best positions for these players. You had Martial who scored 11 goals on the left last season, and Lukaku enjoyed Martial on the left last season. Why the heck would you change that in January?
Because you signed Alexis.
I couldn't care less about Sanchez. So why have you dropped him? So why have you dropped him? I loved it when Sanchez joined. I didn't love it where he was playing. Just because you have a good player doesn't mean you play him in the wrong place. Just because you love the signing doesn't make sense.
So then what's the argument now? Because
the argument is do not move Martial for Sanchez just because you signed Sanchez.
It's mismanagement.
It's malpractice.
And whose problem is that? Who faults that?
It's Mourinho.
Who sanctions the transfer?
Who asked for the transfer? Who asked for the transfer?
Who sanctions the...
Who asked for... It doesn't...
Shall I tell you why? Shall I tell you why?
What?
Hang on. Shall I tell you why? Because Mourinho said he wanted some players this year, didn't get them. Who sanctions the transfer, Ernest?
That's a different conversation.
It's not a different
The reason why it's a different conversation is because you've been given 400 million. At some point in time, if you ask me for more... If you ask me for Alderweireld, and Alderweireld becomes the next Lindelof and he doesn't bank, do I sign another centre-back? Do I do that then?
Yes! If you need a centre back, you sign another centre back.
It's not.
Listen,
it doesn't make sense.
Compared to Pep signs Nolito, Bravo, 2 people we do not talk about, 2 mistakes we don't talk about anymore because the board told him, look, here's your money again, re-up. And he bought 2 great players to replace those 2. Right?
So we keep doing this until he gets it right.
My point is, Stones for 50 million quid. He don't bag 60 million quid. Laporte.
Because they believe in Pep's philosophy.
No. They back him.
They believe in his philosophy.
But they have a reason to back him.
They have reasons.
Okay, what are we doing at Man United here? Are we trying to win the league?
Nobody knows.
Exactly.
But that's why I started by saying that United are the biggest problem.
And we agree. We agree on that. If Man United are trying to win the league, you've got to listen to the man who knows how to win the league, to beat the enemy. I keep saying that every week on the pod.
So do we keep signing until he gets it right?
If he gets it right, yes, because you know he can get it right.
So you sign Alderweireld, and then it flops.
Is he a better centre half than what you've got?
He is, but we don't know how good our centre halves are.
It's the same way.
We don't know how good they are, Pete.
I think we do.
We don't.
I think we do.
How many games?
We're looking for another centre half.
Hold on. So we're going to pretend
4 or 5.
Yes, but they haven't played enough.
The thing is, though,
why did Bailly get dropped in the FA Cup final?
I don't know.
Why did Bailly get dropped against West Ham?
I don't know why those things happened.
It's insanity,
the thing is, though, at the end of the day, Mourinho thinks that this is the best team I've got, and I want to improve on this team. And the board did not back it for this year. So if you fall short against Manchester City, he will always turn back to that. I don't think... What's even worse now is that it looks as though, and I don't know if I believe it 100%, but it looks as though these players aren't listening to him anymore. Because what happened at West Ham was
you've changed tactics for the 6th time. You changed tactics for the 6th time,
okay, but then if he stayed the same and he still has the same results...
But what is the same? This is my point. There is no same. This is what I'm trying to tell you. There is no same. The same what?
There's no plan A.
The problem is, because I agree... Okay, I think here's my main issue. I agree, if you keep changing tactics, you're not going to get consistency, right? But I'm sorry, when you play Wolves at home, when you play Derby, and when you play West Ham, I don't care how many times you change it. Those are.
But you have to care.
No, because
you have to care.
No, because those are small teams you're supposed to put away.
I can see, as fickle as I am as a human being, I can see that we're getting bopped in midfield in every game. I can see that.
Right.
Why can't you see that as a coach?
He probably does.
So
who are we to think that we would know it more than he does?
I'm not saying I do.
No, I'm saying
he gets 15 million to know.
And I said he probably does know. That's my point. I'm saying he probably does know, but fixing it is not as simple as it sounds.
No one said it was.
He might be looking at that situation and thinking, hence why McTominay comes in, hence why Fellaini comes in, because he doesn't trust the other lot. Yeah. So he goes to
you haven't played them enough. I'm so sorry. You haven't played them enough.
Then we're going around in circles.
You haven't.
At the end of the day,
it doesn't make sense.
Mourinho will get sacked on the basis of what? The inconsistencies, the fact that it's City that they're up against,
and the fact that you haven't gotten the best out of the players you wanted.
What's he getting sacked for?
He's getting sacked because they're 10th in the league.
No, it's not going to be one thing.
Then we're not.
It's not going to be one thing.
No, it's
not going to be one thing. And ultimately, I don't even think it's that. I don't think he's going to get sacked because he's 10th.
As in, where do you see what Mourinho's trying to do?
I can't see it. My point is, he's having an awful year. That doesn't mean you just sack him. This is a guy who's got pedigree. He's got a CV. Hold on. Yeah. He's got pedigree, right? He's got something on him. Last year he finished second in the league, something that United hadn't done in years, and he was beaten by an unbelievable Man City side. Yeah.
We got second off individual brilliance.
The year before that, he got the Europa League and he got the League Cup. Yeah. Something that United hadn't been. I mean, yes, Van Gaal collected them an FA Cup the previous year, but he brought them up a bit more. He got them back in the Champions League, target number 1. So I think, yes, he can have a bad year. Like, for me, it's like he can have a bad season and still be forgiven. Why is it that he has to be given the sacking? Why are we having the conversation of, is it Mourinho, is it Pogba, is it this, is it... Why?
He hasn't gotten the best out.
Why is that conversation here in this season
alone? The context is bigger than 1 year.
Exactly.
Yeah. What is the context bigger than? Go on.
Like right now, it's toxic at Man United. And you see when Paul Pogba was in the media talking that talk, he's not just talking for Paul. Rio said it. He's not just talking for Paul Pogba, the player. He's talking for Pogba. He's talking for Martial. He's talking for Rashford. He's talking for a whole load of players. Where it's like we're gonna get to a situation where De Gea doesn't want to re-sign, Martial doesn't want to re-sign.
We're gonna lose these guys.
Pogba wants to go, and
we're gonna lose them.
And then what next? It's like we're gonna have to rebuild.
But you're saying it's more than one season, and I'm saying, well, actually,
no. As in, if you keep Mourinho past the season, it's going to get more toxic. Things aren't going to get better. It's going to get worse.
They're going to get worse,
and soon players are just going to jump ship.
Because my thing is, he's the common denominator at 2 other clubs.
Salah's not bad.
He's the common denominator.
Brian's not bad. Even Ronaldo's not that bad. Yeah, when they butt heads with Jose, there's always
something happens.
Something has to happen.
No, he has a way in which he decides how to manage, and we can question whether or not we like it or not. Man United bit the bullet when they said, we want Mourinho as our manager.
Because they
bit that.
Man United got Mourinho off a knee-jerk reaction. I will always say it. They didn't. I don't think they knew. I didn't think it was going to be this bad. I didn't think it was going to be this bad because as much as I thought we got second off literally individual brilliance. It was 3 players that saved us against Man City at the Etihad. It wasn't 11. It was 3 man. There are many games. Oh, bro, was it our second game in the season? Was it against Everton? We were 1-0 up for about 80 minutes. Everton were peppering us, yeah? And for some reason, Mkhitaryan said, listen, I'm Mkhitaryan, and bopped them. Do you see what I'm saying? And then we scored 2 goals after that. A lot of our 4-0s came off on the cusp of, off the balance of play where it's like, something mad would happen, we would just pounce on a chance and it would be 2 passes and we score. I don't know if you remember
Swansea.
Do you remember the goal? Swansea. It was Bailly scored a goal in the 45th minute. We were getting moved to in midfield. Yeah? And then the floodgates opened, Martial and Pogba and then Lukaku scored. Your game our game at Old Trafford where Chelsea scored first. Williams, I think we were in the car.
Season.
Yeah, and then Williams scored first, a mad counter attack, and then Lukaku, Sanchez, and Pogba said, "Nah, let's do this thing," and then they won. And then Lukaku linked up with Lingard, then they scored. So a lot of our games have been individuals just performing. It's not been a team cohesion thing, and so I don't know why I didn't see it coming from the FA Cup final. I don't know why I didn't see it coming. The guy has kicked off the summer talking about preseason has been a disaster.
rare. And it's like, I didn't think it was a problem, but then I see it seep into the last day of the transfer window, where he's talking about there's no new players coming. And it just seems, for me, I feel like we as fans have been dealt harshly by Mourinho, because the guys look like he's selling crack, bruv. He doesn't look like he's on it. And I'm just like, there's no enthusiasm coming from him, and I feel like players are going to see that. Do you see what I'm saying? And then we get into the Leicester game. I saw him wearing a suit. I'm thinking Mourinho's about to kill Leicester off. We scored the first goal, handball penalty. I'm thinking, okay, cool. Now I'm a bit cautious, because every time we score first, I'm shook of what happens after that. Yeah, bro. We in Diddy, and is it Madison or Gazelle? Bro, we were getting killed.
That was excellent.
Bro, we were getting moved to. And the thing is, it happened against Brighton. They beat us in midfield. It happened against Tottenham. And in the Tottenham game, the guy put Herrera as a third centre back. I was like, bro, this is insanity, bro. Like, what are you doing? Like, you might not have had the best, relationship with the owners as far as who you wanted to sign or whatever. But there's things you just don't do. Like, there's things you just do not. Some of the things Mourinho has done are insane, bro.
Can he be forgiven?
It's not a forgiveness issue. It's a thing of, I know it's not going to get better. We're not beating Valencia tomorrow.
But why do you think it's not? No, I'm saying... Like,
we're not beating Valencia. We're not beating Newcastle.
No, what I'm saying... I think you are.
Yeah.
I think what I'm saying...
You'll beat Newcastle.
Did we beat Newcastle last year?
Yeah, the thing
At home.
Are we at home?
Go on, David. Go on, David.
The thing is,
How many times have we won at home this season?
Go ahead, David.
like, the thing with Mourinho, once it goes wrong, blood, there's no rescuing the team, man.
Like, honestly, bro.
I think it's
Like,
over,
apart from
I think it's
Madrid, where he left at the end of the season, he's been sacked everywhere
I
else.
think it's overblown. I think he can rectify it given the time at Man United.
Fam, if my man gets serious, yeah,
You'll
You'll
beef
get it
with
right.
Pogba. You'll beef with Pogba over Instagram.
And this is the thing,
if
right?
man gets serious, yeah, do your job, blood.
No, the thing is, look, if he gets sacked, it will make my day. Why? Because I think they're getting rid of a world-class manager.
But he's not doing his job, blood.
And I said, give him grace. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's doing a great job.
Okay,
I'm not saying he's doing a great job.
Your issue is the idea of sacking Mourinho today. That's the issue.
First of all, I hate sacking managers. You know my stance on it.
Yeah.
Period.
So do I.
Yeah.
Period. When a man's given a 4-year deal, let him see his 4 years, or don't give him 4 years. Give him 3 years, give him 2 years, right? They extended his new deal in January, right? To an extra year. I think 2020 is when he finishes.
Yeah.
So fine. You've given him that base, right? Now, look, it's not been great at Man United. It's been bumpy. He's had good moments, he's had bad moments. Surely, with the 2 years he's still got left at Man United, Man United should at least allow to let him rectify the issue he's got at hand. And if it means
You're still digging out players now. You're still digging out players now. You're still playing Lukaku now.
The thing is, though,
Like, come on,
because
man.
Lukaku's not the issue here.
Lukaku's one of the issues.
He's not the issue. At
He's
Man
one.
United.
I'm not saying he is.
No,
He's
I'm saying-
one of the issues.
I highly doubt that.
You doubt it?
I doubt
Have
that.
you seen the last 5 games?
No, I doubt it.
Pete, you don't watch Man United games.
I doubt it. Because
You don't watch Man United
I
games.
doubt that Lukaku's the problem. So what I'm saying is that, look, let him rectify whatever the mistakes may be. Let him do that. If you get rid of him now, it will just be like...
I didn't say now. I said whenever it is,
Even if it's at the
this season, he needs to
even if
go.
it's at the end of the season, right?
Whenever
It's a
it
case
is,
of,
he
like,
needs to go.
It doesn't make sense to me. It's like, it doesn't make
It makes
sense.
perfect sense to me. It makes perfect sense.
I don't know Manchester United anymore. That's the honest truth. Because
I said it to you. I
it's
said it to you lot in a couple
it's
podcasts
so
ago.
commercial.
We have lost,
It's so
we have
commercial.
lost our standards.
No, my point is that,
Guys.
for example, the reason why even Pogba and Mourinho will stay, because they're not getting sacked, neither of them are. They will stay because at Man United it looks like the brand is more important. What's it
We
called?
have lost our
Woodward-
philosophy, bro.
Ed Woodward said in the summer that, you know, the commercial sales is not based on what's happening on the pitch.
It's not.
So it's clear that, you know what, once you're a fan, you're a fan. You will buy the
It's
Pogba
not.
kit next year and the year after. But the point is that he doesn't even seem too concerned with what's going on the field if it's going to hurt the pocket too much. If he's not willing to fight for the league title, fine, come out and say it. Where it's like, you know what, it's too far, it's too.
But
tough,
whatever
it's
it
too
is, he's
hard.
never going to say it.
He's probably never going to say it.
He's never going to
But
say
you
it
can
because he
tell-
has to save face.
But you can tell where a club goes by the way they go about their business. I.e. Arsenal, for example, you know full well Arsenal not here to challenge the league title every year. We've seen it constantly because we don't compete with those that are winning the league title. So you know that the direction is that let's be a self-sustaining model. Let's be a big, successful club, making lots of money, making lots of revenue, and whatever. Be commercially, blah blah blah. That's what Manchester United is. It's not going to be.
I'm going to say something I've never said on this podcast before. Manchester United was Alex Ferguson. I'll keep it a buck.
Yeah, it was.
Do you know why? Before Alex Ferguson, the philosophy of the club was carried on from Sir Matt Busby. Mm-hmm. What we had from 86 until now is not Manchester United. They didn't believe in kids until 92. So let's keep it a buck.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Alex Ferguson.
Right.
Post Alex Ferguson, you've seen the Glazers.
Yeah.
The real face of the Glazers. Mm-hmm. They believe that because Alex Ferguson won leagues with average players, dead players, world-class players, great players in the same squad, they believe they can do the same thing now. So for them, according to what they, this is why I'm so anti-American ownership. Yeah, they believe in franchises. That's what they believe in. Yeah? Man United was floated on the New York Stock Exchange the minute that Ferguson left. Yeah, they floated. They wouldn't have done that before. They did it after he left because they know the influence he has at the club is strictly football. Ferguson does not care about. David Gill doesn't even care about.
He was there before, you know.
He was there before them.
He was there for the internet.
Do you see what I'm saying? So what we have is a faltering kingdom of people who think Ferguson is still there, and they can employ anyone, and the cycle still continues. You need to have a focus. You need to have a vision. You need to have a philosophy. Manchester United's philosophy is Sir Alex Ferguson. It doesn't work after him. Why? You're seeing guys giving 6-year contracts and lasting 8 months. You're seeing guys come in who have an old football philosophy but not being backed like the third manager is. Yeah? I didn't like Van Gaal's football, but I'm looking at this team now and I think, flipping neck, we might have done something with this guy at the helm.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Young players.
I hated the football.
But you know what's funny? I feel like that could happen when your new manager comes along. Because you might make another panic switch. And if it's a case of you do bring Zidane, why?
No, I'm not saying.
I
told Adrian yesterday.
And why
I'm not with the Zidane chat. Less of that.
No.
I'm not with the chat. Yeah. Simply because
in both ways. Why would Man United go for him, and why would he go to Manchester United? There's no correlation.
He'd go to United for a payday.
Nah. If he says he wants a break, because if he left Madrid, says I want a break, he doesn't come out of that break to go to Manchester United.
Well,
yeah, that's work, isn't it? That's work.
Well, at the same time, everywhere from Madrid is a downgrade.
Not that it's a downgrade. Man United, I'm not saying Man United's a downgrade.
We are, though. As in, we are.
But that's not what I'm saying. That's not my point.
Okay.
My point is that if he's having a break from Real Madrid, where it was most successful, but it was really intense.
Well, you're saying he goes to City?
No, it's just anywhere that's not as intense as what Madrid was. Man United is a horrible job to take right
now.
Yeah,
it is.
It's a horrible job to take right now.
It is.
It's full of stress.
It is. I'm not with the Zidane chat. I'm looking at
it
from a man.
But then it will show to me that you're on this brand team for sure.
Oh yeah.
Because it works now because it's Mourinho and it's Pogba. This is what, if anything, Man United's cash engine or whatever, they're loving this.
Yeah,
there's so much
social
coverage,
media managers,
there's so much pressure.
The
coverage is phenomenal.
metrics.
The money that they're probably making right now is
Clout.
unreal. And then you bring Zidane into that mix.
Shut up.
What, Patrick?
Van Aanholt.
I thought that was out.
Oh, what a goal!
He scores a phenomenal goal.
Shut up.
Hey, that was a bullet.
Paddy.
Bullet.
That's a good goal.
Is that Zaha assist?
Paddy Power.
Nah,
Zaha's not even on site.
It's probably Milelele. That's his name.
It's one of them ones. It's that right back, Kelly. I'm going to go Kelly, bro. Oh, he laid that off. There's Zaha. Oh, okay. Zaha.
Hey, Zaha's a baller, man. Oh, it is a Zaha assist. That is
just phenomenal. Oh.
Touch.
Oh, that's poor.
Absolutely finished.
Poor goal.
Absolutely finished.
Poor.
Absolutely finished. You were saying Zidane.
Yeah,
It's a brand thing.
It'll be a brand
It's a brand thing.
And it looks like that.
For me, I'm not with the Zidane chat for one reason. For two reasons. Number one, he had a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Bruv, a man in the Champions League final, certain man were bringing on Milner. I'm not saying any names. Certain man were bringing on Gareth Bale. That's the difference.
But even he's managing that. He's knowing how to drive the Ferrari.
No, he drove it well. He drove it well. But you want to know an interesting fact? How many points was he off the league title last year?
Not many people know.
18 points. How many points were we off the league title last year?
He didn't drive it correctly then.
No, he drove it well. On the scenic routes. On the scenic routes, he drove it well.
Man knew that route very well.
In Europe, when we were trying to go to Germany and that, you get me? But on the main road, on the M25,
it's tight.
What's man saying? So less of that chat, yeah.
They man turned it on.
Less of that chat.
Because even in the first half of the Champions League season, they were not.
So when man was getting beaten 1-0 by Girona, I watched that game. Certain man didn't, but they think that because he won 3 Champions Leagues in the bounce, this is what I don't get about the Zidane chat. I understand it as far as man management. Man management is one of the. I think I've never seen a United team so dishevelled. Like under Van Gaal was slapping gigs in the Player of the Year awards. That's the most trouble he caused. Like man was drunk off his face, and he was so gassed he slapped Ryan Giggs on the face. Giggs laughed. He's thinking, bruv, like, man, don't know, I'm a quarter black. Like, I'm gonna, you get me? Mourinho's man management is atrocious, bruv. Honestly.
Wait,
I won't go that far.
Man said, wait, what did you say about Phil Jones after the...
No, B, that's poor.
No, Mourinho...
No, you don't say that, bro.
Wait, what did he say?
He said, when I saw number 5 and 6 coming to take the...
Yeah, I don't think that's that bad to say.
Oh, come on, bruv.
I knew we were in trouble.
Hear what I'm saying,
I knew I was in trouble.
No, I want to hear this.
You've got your penalties against Derby, yeah? So you've just taken 5 penalties. All of them have gone in. These are not your regular penalty takers. Pogba's not playing. Sanchez ain't playing. Yeah. So not everyone in the team is going to be.
Why would you say it?
We knew we were in trouble.
Why would you say it?
That's
Why would you say it?
Why would you say
in fairness
it?
to Oscar, the way Mourinho says it is not as bad as people made it to be. Because he does say it in jest, in a sense.
What?
He does say it in jest.
Phil Jones was what, the 8th penalty?
Did you watch the game?
He doesn't say it deliberately.
There is no jest to be had.
No, like he said it in a sense that, like Oscar's saying, if you've had your first 5 penalty takers, and then you've got your 2 centre halves,
and your best penalty takers didn't even play in the game.
Say it.
It's like,
I get that, but what I'm saying is that
you can't have 11 penalty takers in the team.
It was kind of like bad.
You don't say it.
You shouldn't say it. But what I'm saying is,
Phil Jones already, bro. Phil Jones gets bantered every day, you know.
What I'm saying is,
Bro, the break, bro. I don't want to hear it from a manager.
What he's doing, that's
I don't want to hear it from a manager.
It's the pink bears.
I agree. You shouldn't say it.
Don't say it.
I'm just trying to back that the way he said it is not as bad as it came out. Definitely not as bad.
Do you know what it is? Yeah. Any other manager, we'd be like, I'll be like, I can kind of hear what you're saying. Mourinho has a history of saying foul things.
Yeah.
But
so his reputation is not.
Players done. You see, this is the problem I don't like about this Mourinho thing is that it used to work. It's just not working at Manchester United. The methods he did used to work.
I keep saying footballers past him.
People like Lampard and Terry, I'm sure, got dogs abuse with Mourinho in the training ground, but their reaction was that he wants to see something from me.
John Terry said he got it publicly, and then the next game he went out, he scored a header and played sick, and then he was just like. He saw what Mourinho was doing.
Yeah.
So Mourinho got the reaction out of him.
Joe Cole used to say that, but then Joe Cole got tired. Joe Cole got tired of it because he kept getting.
You need to know who to do it to.
Yeah, you do. But
that's man management.
But the thing is if you've done it before and you've been successful before, I don't blame the guy for doing the same methods elsewhere.
But he did it back in the day with 2005. He's now got millennial players.
But he did it with Madrid. He did it with Inter. He did it with many
clubs
after that.
Those are all different generations to what you have now.
It's like when I said to you, he matured Terry and Lampard. You said that's an old example. It's the same way. When has it worked for these millennial 23?
Oh, waste man, blood.
The latter stage.
Sorry, my bad.
I mentioned the latter stage, but you know what, man? United would be so dumb to sack Mourinho.
Can you see it get better?
Yes, you have to give it time. For goodness sake, you've got to give it time. It's not been that bad at Man United, and it's not been that bad for that long.
But it's got worse.
Listen, bro.
My main thing is this. The first and foremost thing is he has not gotten the best out of our players.
I agree.
That for me is the foundation of how you build a team. It's man management and actually improving them. Like, have you actually made them better? You haven't.
I'm
You're
amazed,
getting paid.
I'm amazed that people are questioning Mourinho's methods. That's amazing.
He's never managed my club before.
No, but what I'm saying is that if
I have never been invested into Mourinho until 2016.
This is a guy who's proven to do it at the top
No one is doubting that.
And exactly, you are doubting it.
No, I'm not doubting that he's done it.
No, my point is,
I'm never going to doubt that.
Let him do it. Let him do what he
No,
knows.
no, I'm all right. I'm all right.
Then
I'm all right.
There was no point recruiting him. There was no point getting him in.
I never wanted Mourinho.
Fine, you didn't. But my point at Man United is that sacking him would not make any sense whatsoever.
I think I'll meet me, Adrian, will talk
and nobody
yesterday.
better will come into that club.
No one's saying that they're better because I've come to the point where everyone after Mourinho is a risk. I've come to that point.
What?
I said it last season.
That Mourinho's a risk.
No, everyone after Mourinho. Everyone you
some sense.
Yeah, no one is a guarantee after Mourinho.
I mean, no, of course
so what I'm saying is that if you as a manager cannot and seem to not be able to communicate to these players because your relationship with them has been toxic from the beginning. You don't say to Luke Shaw, "It was your body, but it was my brain." You don't say that to him.
But look at Luke Shaw. He's getting
2
better.
years later.
No, but he's getting better.
2 years later.
Ernest, it takes time.
2 years, bro. I'm so nah. You don't do that public. My thing is, don't do it publicly. There is no reason to do it publicly.
But this is Mourinho that we know.
I don't care. I don't care.
My point is
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, just because a man used to do it doesn't mean he's right.
I think it's a different conversation if you lot are winning the league. We're not having this conversation.
Exactly, but he's not.
But he's not.
Yeah, but my point is, this is what I find so frustrating. If he wins the league in the same way he's doing things...
But you're saying ifs, but we have to talk about facts.
But no,
we have to talk about facts.
And the facts were it used to work.
It's not working.
No.
It's not working.
Fine. Make my day and sack him.
It's not working.
Glad. Because then there's a great manager gone from a great club, and that's fine.
That's fine. Bro,
I'll be delighted if you sack him.
No. The guy's talking after the Derby game, and he's not talking about the fact that Lukaku's missed them chances. But when Martial flops defensively, you talk about it. That's inconsistent. That's hypocritical.
He flopped though.
He said he's not focused defensively.
He said he played the back three because Martial will not give you that.
But then he also said that he's not focused defensively. That's what he said. I watched the same press conference.
He said let's blame.
You're telling an attacking player.
Ask the question. Is he?
No, he's not.
Right. So
I don't need my attacking player to be focused defensively.
But that's what he's saying.
It's his way, though. That's
what Mourinho's saying.
He plays.
Listen.
Everyone
First
to do it together.
First of all, you have not played Martial enough. That's the first thing. Yeah. Second thing is you're playing Martial second game in a row by a miracle. Yeah. And you are not playing him in the same system. Martial didn't have to do this job last season. Martial did not have to defend front last season. He just had to wait for the counter attack from Pogba. That's what he had to wait for, and he got 11 goals because of it. So I'm not having this business of he's always done this. I've watched games where it's been specific players who've done it. When Liverpool came to Anfield, it wasn't 11 men defending. It was like 6 guys doing this job. So I'm not having it. The guy has been inconsistent, and he's not trying to face up to. He's not trying to be accountable to all of that stuff.
No, because he never has been though.
So these are the reasons why I'm saying I don't like the break.
At the end of the day, guess what? We haven't spoken about the defeat against Derby. We never spoke about the draw against.
Yeah.
We never spoke about the defeat against West Ham. Right? All because the story became something else between Mourinho and something else. Because that's what he's the master of. He's the master of taking attention away from the defeats or the bad results.
He's not fooling me.
No, he's not. He's not fooling me. Because we were talking about the game. But it went straight onto Mourinho. The conversation went straight to Mourinho.
Because there is a trend.
But the point is that how can I put it? He's obviously going to keep the pressure away from the performances. You see how bizarre he acts in press conferences anyway. That's his way.
It keeps away from the performances, but then you pull out players you think have had bad performances. So how does it pull away from the performances?
Games. This is the thing. It's mind.
Well, he's failing at these games.
He's failing. He's not winning.
He's losing at these games.
He's not winning right now.
Bro.
Would you rather have Zidane right now or Mourinho?
I would rather Mourinho fix up.
No. Would you rather have Mourinho right now or Zidane?
I'd rather have Mourinho fix up.
So that means you'd rather have Mourinho.
No.
Because Mourinho's he's only getting it wrong.
I want Mourinho to.
It's not permanent.
I want Mourinho to fix up, but he's not fixing up, and he won't. Pete, we're not winning our next 2 games.
And he won't. You say,
Pete?
That's bizarre.
Pete. Okay. So explain to me this: how do you expect to win the next games if you're not going to keep the same tactics and you're not going to keep the same team.
No, we're talking about the future, Ernest.
No.
Because you don't know. Because here's the thing.
Pete, I told you Lukaku was going to start the next game. Did he start?
And he could.
Did he start?
Yes, he did.
He started. I'm not saying it as. I'm not saying. But he's trash.
He's not.
He's trash.
No, he's not.
Pete, are you assuming that? Because
he's just said he's not going to change.
I'm asking.
Really, is it going to change? This is the third club he's had this problem at.
No, but what I'm saying
has he changed?
Are you assuming
I'm talking about Man United's form is going to change. It's going to get better. Man United are not going to stay in this problem, and we're not going to be talking about Mourinho anytime soon. We'll end up having another conversation to talk about.
Are we going to be talking about Man United winning the league?
No.
Damn.
But we know
is that not a problem?
No, but no, it's not. It's a problem with the board of Manchester United. They're not backing their manager to win the league. If we're talking about the league here, we're having another conversation. Man United can't win the league this year. They can't because of those giants next door. And I keep saying it. I'm saying that, look, you have to go far.
Get the best out of your players.
You have to go far.
Get the best out of your players.
Let me finish my point. You have to go far and beyond to beat Manchester City, whether you like it or not.
Agreed.
And no one's
one team. Okay.
Get the best out of your players.
All of us. I beg to differ.
All of us probably don't think Chelsea are going to win the league this year because of a City, but we're right up there because we won the games we should have won.
Right.
Based on Sarri and
so
the management.
is it a problem if Chelsea don't win the league this year?
No, but it's a different context.
Why? Why is it not a problem?
Because of City. But Man United don't even wear Chelsea.
But you also won the league recently.
Man United don't wear Chelsea.
But you also won the league recently. We haven't won the league.
Had a 2-year head start.
Yeah. He had
and he's losing to Brighton and West Ham.
He was fighting a battle that was against Pep Guardiola. That I said, if you want to,
the battle was not against Pep. The battle was against the teams we dropped points to.
Yeah, but you're not going to get 100 points on this last.
I'm not saying. I'm not.
No,
exactly. We should have.
You weren't getting 100.
We should have. We should have gotten at least 95 points. Do you know why? Do you know why? No. But your point.
5 is better than 19.
No. It doesn't make a difference.
But your
point. If you want to win the league, you've got to beat the.
If we're 5 points closer, we're 5 points better this season. That's my point.
No chance.
If we're 5 points closer,
you've lost the league. The whole point.
No, but losing the league by 19 points is different to just losing the league.
God, it's unbelievable.
You're making it seem like you can lose if you don't win the league. Then it doesn't matter how far behind you are.
No, it's not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if United get 95 points, they still lost to the beast, and so you have to go.
They lost to Arsenal.
But they have a question, Mourinho.
You have to get better than the beast. That's the bottom line. It's not that I have to beat Burnley and Brighton and West Ham.
It is though.
It's not because you're not winning the league anyway.
What?
City got okay, fine. We can so 200 points between Man United and City next season.
No,
hold on. You're telling me if Man United won all those other games, they would have 100 points each.
Okay, Pete, you said you said that we should have beaten West Ham regardless. Yeah. So let's assume for the sake of argument, we didn't have that problem last season. Why didn't we beat Newcastle away last season?
What do you mean? Why did
you're saying that off of the fact that we're Man United, we should be beating them.
Yeah.
So why didn't we beat certain teams last season?
Because you played poor. That's what I'm saying.
And who's that from?
Your players.
Those points, those 19 points dropped because of our players.
It's a different league.
It's a bit of everything. It's a bit of everything. Okay, it's the board, it's Mourinho, and it's the players. And it's the same with every defeat you will have this season. It's the board, it's Mourinho, it's the players. That's what it will be. That's what the talk will be. The draw at Newcastle next week will be all three of them are at fault. The point I'm saying is that if you want to win the league, you have to do better than City. And that's a horrible task. And Liverpool will find out this year. And City won't get 100 points this year, but Liverpool will still find it tough to beat Man City.
No one's even saying that Liverpool will get 100 points. We're just saying that there's a lot of things that Jose has not been accountable for, and he's not getting stick for it. But
I think he is.
He's getting stick for Pogba. He's not getting stick for how we played dire football last season and this season.
I think he did.
I don't think he is.
Boy,
I don't think he is.
I don't think you media then.
James, not forget social media.
No, the media.
I'm talking
media. So the whole medium.
Listen,
he got criticised hard last season.
He got criticised. He got criticised for coming second. He didn't get criticised for the football. The football was this season. Now Sky Sports are pulling out stats about we're the slowest team in the league, about how poor we are up front.
Yeah.
Jamie Carragher's now talking about Pogba and saying things like, and I was so pissed off with him. he's not as good as he thinks he is. When did Pogba tell you what he thinks?
No, he's not as good as he thinks he is.
When did Pogba tell you what he thinks?
No, he's not as good as he thinks.
What? Like this whole week, I've been asking people, what has Pogba done to people?
No, he's
What's
not
he done?
that good. He's not that good.
Last season, you were the one saying he's world class.
I said Pogba was world class. Did I say? Let me rectify that now.
There was a game.
I am sorry.
There was a game. There was a game we watched. I think it was the Arsenal game, and you were like, "No, Pogba is a world class player." And I was like, "What?"
I am sorry. I said that,
bro.
I'm sorry. I said that.
I forgot in the podcast.
I'm sorry. I said
when you were like, "He's world class," and I'm like, "What?"
Right now, I made a mistake. Because he's not a world-class player. He's not.
Listen, I've always maintained the guy is not world-class.
No, he's not world-class.
Man are making him big because of his brand.
I was clearly very gassed on that performance.
To be fair, when you signed him, me and Peter had a conversation, and Peter, we were both adamant that Pogba's not world-class. But I don't know.
He said it on a pod.
I don't know if he said that.
He said it on a podcast.
I made a mistake if that's the case. I probably watched his performance. I thought he had a world-class performance.
There was a game. There was a game he had
a world-class performance, and I got gassed on it for sure.
Was it? No,
for sure.
City.
That's probably what happened.
Right.
I need to.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that City game because
anyway, you were saying something. Well, before that happened, you were saying something about Pogba.
What was I saying about Pogba? Would he be any better under another manager? I don't think so. You don't get much different out of Pogba.
He was sick with the shots.
The point is,
he was quality with the shots.
The point is, the manager's there to get the best out of the players he's got.
And he's
Mourinho
not.
ain't doing
and he's
it.
not.
I'm saying.
It's literally
I'm
this
saying
the same thing as this the same thing we're having like
I'm
the
saying
same
he's
thing
having
as
a bad
Wenger.
year. I'm saying he's having a bad season.
We're basically having the same conversation.
It's a bad season. No, because last year I said I said last year what was so unfair for Mourinho was that he was up against that. That's why I always kept saying it was like, my God, it's so unfair for him because he's getting criticised for City winning the league in such fashion.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I had no issue with City winning the league. I had the issue with us not doing our work.
Well,
that's what I had the issue with.
Because
I don't care
that's
about
why
City.
United bought him, bruv.
Yeah, but
That's the whole big pick. They bought him to beat
Mourinho,
Guardiola.
Yeah, no. So
that was the point of getting him.
I get it. So Mourinho
And they got piped.
Mourinho loses the league. Mourinho loses the league and says, guys, we have to sort this out. I have a 19-point gap problem with Manchester City. I have a 100 points Manchester City problem that needs to be solved. And they haven't helped him to do that.
They haven't helped him.
He hasn't given them a reason.
And he hasn't helped
He hasn't
himself.
given them a reason.
He's both.
He's having a bad season.
He's having a bad season. I don't know. Like, I remember. Matt Letizia put up the combined Tottenham United 11, yeah, and there were 3 United players there, and I said, you know what? I'm not even angry at that because I don't know our best 11. I don't know Man United's best 11. If you guys don't, please tell me because I don't know.
How many Tottenham players? How many Man United
It's
players?
3 United players.
3 got into the Tottenham's team.
7. Wait,
That's
8.
not right. That's not right. That's not right.
Well, please tell me the combined Tottenham United 11
That's not right.
because I don't know.
So I'm guessing he said Pogba, De Gea, and
Rashford. No guys, you better say it all. Tell me United and Tottenham combined 11.
I'll take Alexis and Martial on that Tottenham side first and foremost.
leave it at.
Let's get it out of the way.
Yeah,
I'd have them 2 in there. You'd have your goalie in there. You'd have the centre halves. I guess Tottenham are better.
Yeah.
The
The
fullbacks
fullbacks
are better.
I'll put
Yeah,
Bailly.
fullbacks are better.
No.
Bailly, I don't know. You know what? I need to see more of.
Wait,
I'll put
see more of.
Thank you.
We need to see more. Last season we had him here. I saw him play. The guy was a certain defender.
The reason why I say
And got dropped in the FA Cup final.
The reason why I say I need to see more is because I remember he was great. I had a good spell last season.
Or is
and
it
then,
'cause
and
when
then
he got
lately he's
injured?
not been that
That
great.
Liverpool game
He's
was
not been
sick.
great lately. So that's why I'm like, I can't give a definite opinion on him.
The thing is this:
I think he's been good and
the
bad.
same way you're telling me to give him grace, he needs to give the players grace. This is my entire
Like
point.
even Vidic when he
This is my
came
entire
in,
point.
he weren't that great.
When Vidic came in, Ferguson played him through the trash.
Yeah.
Played him for the
Until he
tries,
got
and then
good.
the following year, boom.
Look at Koscielny. Look at Koscielny at Arsenal.
Do you not feel like, because he did the same thing with Drogba at Chelsea, do you not feel like he's doing that with Lukaku? Playing him through the trash? Because we all know Lukaku's going to bag their goals.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's proven throughout his career.
Lukaku's wasteful,
Okay.
man.
I don't see what you lot see.
Lukaku's too wasteful.
You don't see a player who's got better year on?
No.
Oh, maybe not the last year.
Lukaku.
Yeah. You
I
don't see a
don't
player who's got better?
Yeah, no, I agree with Oscar.
I don't see.
I think
I think he'll get more goals.
I think
than he got
28,
last
29,
I'm
we're not having this
bad at he's
conversation.
bad, but what is good at he's very good at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the issue with Pogba. That's the
So
issue with
I think that's one thing
Pogba's
where
under-
Mourinho's
he's
just playing him through
He's
the...
under the light more because we're watching him more often.
I don't see it.
At Everton, he could have got 18 goals, but he could have got 5
but
in
the
one
thing
game.
is that
He
you
looked
see
brilliant,
what you
but
just
he
said there, yeah? You can't give him that grace, and then Martial, you're not giving him the same thing.
It doesn't make, David. It doesn't make sense. It
You
doesn't
know what
make
I'm
any
saying?
sense.
Man management.
Doesn't make any sense.
Make Lukaku better.
It's nepotism.
But this guy, alright, yank him or
Why?
throw
Okay,
him on the right.
Why can't United have a good squad? Why can't that be allowed? Why can't they have
'Cause
Martial
that-
and Sanchez and
Because you
Rashford
upset the
and-
balance of the team, bro.
But
You can have a good squad.
You
You can have a good squad, but you need consistency. You build consistency by finding your best 11.
Yeah.
You
And
haven't
he
found your
hasn't
best
got that.
11
And he
in your
hasn't got
third season.
He hasn't got it.
Come on, bro. Guys, we're waffling, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
honestly, we're just waffling
No,
now.
and I'm saying,
No, we're
you know,
not. No,
we're
bro.
getting this.
Like, come on, bro. Like,
We're
come on,
getting-
man.
we're
Like, this is
coming-
dead, bro.
We're coming in
this is
agreement
dead.
now.
I said he's not doing good this season. Surely he can be bought the time.
From
He's
sixth
he's
to
got
second,
a contract,
and
he's
we
got
are
a contract until 2020. You're 10th in the 1st of October. It's not the
Pete,
end of
it's
the
going to
season.
get worse.
It's a long. Fine, if you think so, then fine.
It's his team.
It's gonna get
It's
better.
his team.
No, it's gonna get
No,
better.
he doesn't watch United. This is what I'm
I'm
saying.
saying it's gonna get better because
Pete, you don't watch United
What
games.
you've got in your hand.
Pete, you do not watch
It's gonna
United
get worse
games.
than 10th, Ernest. That's what you're telling
I'm
me.
not saying it's gonna. I'm saying we're 10th now, but across 38 games,
Yeah.
are we finishing second this year?
You'll be in the top 4 this year. You'll be in the top 6 this year.
Wait, you think?
Nah.
You go from top 4 to top 6 very quickly.
Yeah, I don't think you'll make the top
Very-
4. I don't think you'll make the top
But
4.
why is that?
He's had a bad season. What are you not understanding?
I'm
from me?
saying,
I'm not saying he's been great this year.
I'm saying that I
I'm
expect
saying
progress.
he could finish 7th, but give him another season.
I'm saying I expect progress.
Give him the rest of his contract.
I'm saying I expect progress.
It can come if you give him the time.
I'm saying
you're giving a permanent decision on that it will get worse. He won't change
because
This won't change.
I've seen it at other clubs.
But
I've seen it at
But
other
he got
clubs.
sacked before anything could be changed.
Didn't he finish his third season at Madrid?
Yeah, he finished
he
it.
finished it.
He finished it,
Yeah,
and
no,
where did he
finished it.
finish?
Ran off for the
He
sunset.
finished second. I mean, look, he won them in La Liga, the first one since Beckham was there.
Okay,
I
cool.
mean, you know,
Okay,
what
cool.
he did there.
I said
okay,
Capello.
cool. You're forgetting that he was like under Capello.
was like Capello
Like,
at Houston.
he had Madrid hadn't won a league in ages,
And he's
he got them
done
the
the
league.
same thing with us. We haven't finished second in 5 years.
Yeah.
We finished second last season. Why are we looking worse from the start of the season? This is what
It's a bad start,
My thing, not my, but
Can't that happen?
But
Can't
what?
that happen
No,
once
no,
in a
no,
blue?
no, no. But what I'm saying is, no. But what I'm saying is that
Right,
if
right.
you look at the broader picture of the losses, yes, you can look at if you don't. If this is what I keep saying. If you watch United games, you see why we're losing. You actually see why
I
we're
think there's a
losing.
broader picture. I think the picture's bigger than that.
But what I'm saying is that on the pitch, I'm not going to speak for what I don't know. I'm not going to say if he signed Perisic,
Yeah.
we beat Brighton.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say if we signed Alderweireld, we beat Tottenham. All I'm saying is this. I'm looking at Mourinho from purely a tactical decision. Let's forget man management. Purely tactical perspective.
Yeah.
He's dead, blood.
He's getting it wrong now.
No,
He's getting it wrong.
Pete.
No, because
Pete,
you're saying permanent things.
Did you see
This is my
Chelsea
point.
versus
No,
Liverpool?
This is my argument to you guys.
Did you
You're
see
saying-
Chelsea versus
No,
Liverpool?
listen to the arguments we're having here.
Yeah.
You lot are making permanent decisions, and I'm saying he's not doing great right now. He's doing bad. He's doing very bad. What I'm saying is
It's things that are very bad, but they're things that are illogical.
you're saying, but you're
Like,
you're
it- it-
speaking
no,
permanently. You
no.
said he's dead tactically.
No, Pete.
That's what you said.
Pete,
Yes,
Pete,
that's
Pete,
smart.
Pete, go in, Pete,
He's
go,
not-
Pete,
he's
Pete,
not been good. He's
Pete,
not been
Pete,
good at
Pete,
all.
go into West Ham with 3 DMs is dead.
You could still
Playing Ander Herrera, okay, but we didn't.
Yeah.
Going at Old Trafford, playing Ander Herrera, who got caught for the second goal. He kept Ericsson on side. Yeah, doing that is stupid.
But
That's
it's not-
stupid.
It is.
There is no fiddling about. Like, it's
I'm not with
stupid.
it. It's not stupid.
It's stupid.
You're being too harsh because you're very.
We have Lindelof on the bench.
It's too
He's
harsh.
a ball-playing centre-back.
It's not stupid.
Why would you put a
It's not
central
stupid.
midfielder in a back three?
It's not
It doesn't.
stupid.
It's stupid.
It's not stupid because if he's
Oh
been,
my
if
gosh.
he's been you think he's just made a dumb decision plainly.
Yes.
Whereas he might have seen Herrera during the week. We're not there in training. He might be doing stuff during the week where he thinks I've got somebody who's
The
gonna
only
be disciplined,
reason-
who's going to be competent, and
He wasn't disciplined.
So he got it wrong, and that's okay.
He's a central midfielder.
It's okay. He got it
He's a
wrong.
central midfielder.
Well, Pete, yeah.
He's a central midfielder.
I have a
I'm
question.
tired.
What is my pet peeve with Arsenal?
Playing players out of position.
Specifically,
He's a central
Playing
midfielder.
players out of position. I know that's your.
that is my pet.
Did you see the
My
defending?
pet peeve.
You see the defending for Arnautovic's goal?
Bruv,
He's a central
You
midfielder.
see Noble?
Why is a central
McTominay
midfielder playing
can't-
centre back?
if you see that,
Why is Eric Bailly on the bench?
There's a reason why
We
they're
have
there.
why
Is what I'm saying.
I'm
not
saying the
how-
reasoning is stupid. That's what I'm
Fine,
saying.
fine, that's your-
and
that's your
I'm saying Valencia or neither Valencia or Dallo
Yeah.
are on the bench, but Darmian is there. He is the worst right back we have.
Yeah.
Why is he there? No, it doesn't make sense.
I don't know why he's there.
From a purely tactical perspective.
But you're making permanent statements
No,
about
but
Mourinho.
it's stupid though.
You're making permanent statements about Mourinho as though he cannot change that situation.
I'm saying.
As though he cannot
I'm saying.
As though the form can't change at Man United.
I'm saying.
We all know it will. We all know it's going to get better.
I don't know that.
Right.
I don't know that.
Okay.
I don't know that. Because for you to go away from home and do that
Yeah.
is shocking,
It
bruv.
should beat West
It
Ham.
goes against.
It's shocking, bro. With what tactics, please? Please enlighten
should
me.
beat West Ham.
No, please enlighten me.
The players are better. I'm not a manager. I don't know how to tactically beat
Like
teams.
Pete, yeah.
I don't know.
Peter.
No, because you asked me how do I tactically beat West Ham.
No.
What are we doing here? Hold on. What are we doing here on this pod?
He said,
What kind of conversation are we having?
we're watching football and we understand
My God.
that just because in the Premier League, just because you've got 11 players that are better than another set of 11
we know
players,
the
the other
Premier League
11 are organised. This is why a team like Wolves can draw with a team like Man City.
And how
Because
often has
they're
that West Ham
organised.
team played together?
Like,
How often has that 11 played together?
Right, and
Pellegrini's just
and-
assembled that team.
Bruv, that's what I'm saying. He just assembled that team.
Because I'm going to repeat the same thing I've said from the beginning of the conversation, that he's got it wrong. I said the lineup was awful. I said the players were piss poor.
But-
they were awful. They were
But you
garbage.
said the players should
Hang
still beat
on.
West Ham, and I don't think that's
And
guaranteed.
they should. Yes, they should.
Manchester
That's why-
United should
that's
beat
why-
West Ham.
That's why it's a
but
poor
that
result.
starting 11 with those tactics should not are not beating West Ham.
Pete, question for you.
Good grief.
You're playing Football Manager, man. You don't. It just goes against your football intelligence.
If I play Football Manager,
I'm not putting
that Man
Man-
United team
I
beats West Ham.
Come on, Finn.
And you know that though. Stop that.
I expect to lose one.
No.
Like, these
Pete,
teams are League 2 players.
Pete,
They're
I'm not
League 2
Football
against
Manager. I'm
West
You're
Ham.
going on like West Ham
Listen,
players are League 2
Pete,
players.
I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm
Yeah.
saying I named Man United players that were in
Fam.
that 11 that were capable
No,
of holding
question.
that game and beating West Ham.
They've got better
And,
players.
even, and let's
but
not
you
lie.
need
At
to
the start
be
of the
organised.
on the starting lineups, nobody thought West Ham was going to win.
Huh?
Did you think West Ham?
People thought West Ham were gonna win before the game kicked off.
Did you think West Ham was going to win?
I said at work,
The
yeah.
starting
I said
lineup.
at work that no result was going to shock me.
Yeah.
And I get that.
No
with you
result
because
was gonna
you're-
show.
you're-
If I- let's let that team
no,
go the game.
I get that with you because of the momentum of it as it's been this
Oh
season.
my
That's
gosh,
the form of
oh
this
my
season.
gosh, oh my
And
gosh.
Bournemouth on the break, has he put it too far? It's
Yes,
Callum
that's it!
Wilson.
Oh my god!
How is he missed?
That's free, you know.
Callum Wilson
Hey,
is
that's
missing
2-1, you know.
He can't get
That's
England.
right. That was the assist right
You don't play
there.
for England like that, mate.
Callum Wilson's missed a sitter. He can't get in the England squad for that.
Oh.
And I've been rooting for
And it
him
was Van Aanholt with the mistake after scoring.
after scoring. Oh, it's a brilliant break. It was
Save as well.
82nd minute. Is it a save? Is it poor
Good save.
finishing?
Good save.
Is it a save or is it poor finishing?
Yeah. West Ham are not dead guys, bro. That's what I'm
They're
saying.
dead food, fam.
They're
They
not.
are.
They're not.
They are. They are dead food.
They're not.
And we'll find out
Listen,
later.
Pete.
You'll find out later in the season.
No, what
They've got
he's
a good manager. They've got a good
what he's saying is that at the end of 38 games, we'll come to this conversation again, and we'll be like,
And Man United could be
But
sick.
look, what I was saying, what we're saying, Ernest was saying that he's not surprised at any result that happened, right?
Yeah.
But when we looked at the team sheets, those that are not United fans, surely you did not think West Ham were going to win. Surely you didn't. Think
I'm not gonna lie. I saw the team sheet. I looked at D and I said, D, what are we doing? That's the first question I asked.
But Pete,
That's the first question. I said, what are we doing?
I'm saying non-United fans here.
no,
Did
Pete,
anyone
Pete,
think?
Pete,
Did
I didn't-
anyone think West Ham were going to beat Man United?
I didn't think West Ham were going to win, but I could see there was something wrong with the team sheet.
That's not the question I asked you. That's not the question
Okay,
I asked you.
I didn't think they were going to win,
Fine, exactly.
but I didn't think United were going to dominate them.
That's not what I asked.
But I'm telling you,
asking for the result.
you don't have to ask. You don't have to ask.
What language am I speaking? What language am I
That's a
speaking
Dutch.
in?
You don't have to ask for me to tell you.
No, because
No, he just wants to know what you think.
This is a podcast where we ask questions. It's
Alright,
punditry.
cool.
So we ask a question, you answer the question. When I say,
Yeah.
when you saw the starting 11s, when you saw the starting 11s, did you expect? Did you think West Ham were going to beat Manchester United?
But I'll give it that says.
No chance. You didn't think that at all.
No.
Nor did Adrian, nor did David. Because no one has said, yeah, I thought West Ham was. Ernest says, yes, I'm not surprised at any result because of what he's been through this season. So I get that. That's why I said non-United fans, holler at me. When you looked at that team on paper.
No, Peter, when I looked at that team on paper, I swear to you, I tweeted.
You tweeted it,
When
yeah.
we lose or draw, Mourinho needs to ask questions he needs to answer.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I said. And I said,
If Emre put out a mad lineup like that, yeah,
And we lost. Yeah,
And we lost.
we will
Fam, no, I'm asking, even before, I don't care, matter.
Because I've asked
even
questions.
if we win, yeah, why are you doing that?
That's the way I think.
For real,
I don't care if we win.
Even if we win,
I said to you before the Tottenham game, I said, if Herrera wins, if Herrera is in this game and we keep a clean sheet, I'm asking Mourinho questions. What the heck are you doing?
Why are you doing that?
What are you doing?
Even if it
With
works,
a fully fit centre back on the bench.
you're asking questions.
Pete, Leicester won the league off a back four. Robert Huth.
Penalty to Bournemouth.
Is there a penalty to Bournemouth?
Oh, Mamadou Sakho.
Saucy.
Tony, it's not my problem no more.
No, it's not. I don't think it was Saka.
Was it Saka?
It looks like Basaka, you know.
It looks like it was Saka though, because he's.
Can you explain it?
He's put.
What's he doing?
Literally off. He freaking elbowed.
Wait, did you mean to do that?
Punched him in the head.
He looks back.
Yeah.
That's a red card.
That's a red.
He elbowed man and threw the
It's the look.
And the ref gave a yellow. What was that?
It's Peter's favourite ref.
It's so funny. He watched that. Did you see that?
He saw it live.
He watched it. He looked at it and he said, "This one's gonna do it."
And you gave
Cocker.
what? How can somebody elbow someone and you give him a yellow?
How'd you give him a yellow when you
But do you know what I find hilarious?
It's a red or it's an accident.
Do you know what I find hilarious? Is that Sacco's shaking his head.
He's like,
I find that hilarious.
Unbelievable.
Are you unaware of what you just did?
Hennessy might say
Why is
this, you know.
Stanislas taking this? Can we give it to frigging Callum Wilson, please?
Callum Wilson just missed the sitter from the side.
Hennessy's going to save
God.
this still.
Come on, get
I
in.
have faith in
Bournemouth 2-1.
Hennessy.
Yeah, never in your life.
Hennessy
Yeah,
to
faith
save
in Hennessy. If you want to
Oh.
go see Hennessy's goal show reel when the goals
Bro,
conceded.
I've said he's the worst keeper in the league on this podcast.
McCarthy's worse.
But forget the flipping United thing, yeah? When I saw West Ham, I was like, is Mark Noble looking like Iniesta?
Mark Noble was.
Is Declan Rice looking like
Busquets? Left and right.
Pellegrini's got something there.
He's a good manager.
He's got something there.
He's a good manager.
They're not. They're gonna have.
You know what? We'll come back to this conversation when the league season finishes. We'll see where they finish.
Yeah, I think.
Bro, you look at the teams that are around them. Yeah, they don't have players that they have.
I think they'll do well with the fact that they got Pellegrini. The difference is that if they had a manager,
Bilic.
You know, if they had something else, they will be in the mix with them man at the bottom half of the table. They'll be in the mix. Do you know what I'm saying? They'll be there. They would have been down there.
There's not many teams I could see that.
If they had Rafa Benitez, they
West
wouldn't
Ham
be up 3-1.
should finish below.
If they had Rafa, they'd not
What
be
would
up
it be?
3-1.
What would it
Bro,
be?
they'll part the boss.
1-1. Is that what you're predicting this week?
It'll be Issa Diop, 1-0.
When I look at that, Yarmolenko,
Yeah, mate.
Felipe Anderson,
Yeah.
and Marko Arnautovic. Yeah, with those guys, quality, and then you've got the backing of players like Kouate, players like Noble who know the Premier League, players like Zabaleta. Maybe not quality.
Quater's not
but
even there no more.
He's like Palace.
Oh, Zaha. Oh, my
Put
gosh.
the ball up, man. Come on. That was nice. But still.
Arsenal 2, Watford 0.
Troy Deeney.
What's the score?
What's the score?
Dini, what's the score?
Big up Troy Deeney.
Arsenal
I
won.
had so
They were
much to
lucky.
say.
With what?
I was looking for 5 different ways I could say garbage. That United are garbage. I even found a French word.
French word.
Like, it was, apparently there's 2, there's a swear word and there's the actual normal thing.
Let's go with the norm.
Garbasoir.
For parental advice.
Le Gabé.
Listen, but anyway, let's go to Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal left it late. 2 goals in 2 minutes, 81st, 83rd.
In the end, it was great.
In the end, it was 3 points. You know, what I like right now is that we're winning games. Like, we don't have to play well to win games anymore. Like, that time seems to be over. Because with Wenger, we had to play well to win the game. We could never get...
It's coming.
On a lucky. What do you mean?
The game is coming.
That
will expose. Yeah.
What?
That will expose you lot.
No, of course. I mean, when we play against the better teams, again, we're still poor defensively.
There's a game
but
that's coming.
We got like 2 clean sheets in a row.
Success.
So,
Success should have scored.
you know, Success should have scored a few.
He should have
you know.
scored that.
And look, every game you see this season, Arsenal were playing against teams where they had about 2 glorious chances. West Ham had it. Everton had it. Teams will always get chances against us. It's whether you put them away.
Or not.
And if not,
That's the Prem, innit?
If not, we will go the other end. We've got Lacazette, we've got Aubameyang, we've got Ozil as well. So we've got players that can score. Ramsey can score goals as well. We've got players that can score. Welbeck as well. Welbeck as well. So, you know.
Can we talk about that Ramsey thing?
What about it?
Good riddance, man.
If you believe what you hear, as in what, that the contract was pulled?
It's been rescinded.
Yeah.
If that's the case, who at Arsenal still doing these things? Where
Right,
you
these new
let Van
guys.
Persie wind down, you let Ox wind down, you've now let Aaron Ramsey wind down, and then on top of that, apparently, like you sort of declined offers for the guy.
So
The summer.
if for example you want to keep Aaron Ramsey,
Yeah.
but the contract negotiation is a bit wild, what do you as Arsenal Football Club do?
It's either I get
Ramsey
you down and
wants to
sign
wild
you.
feet?
It's either you sign today or I'm flooding you.
So what if Arsenal are trying to do that?
Well, you're still
What if
playing.
Arsenal are playing
No,
hard?
because remember,
Well, he's a player for Arsenal.
before he come, when you think Ramsey's gonna be my mainstay,
Yeah,
You can't say that man's got 7 months left in his contract, can you?
And so they must have thought, I think everyone wants him, let's keep him. And this is before Gazidis, well, at this point we all know that he's dipping. At that point the club knew he was gone.
It don't make
So-
sense to me.
Boy, I don't even know. Even that's just a joke as well. How are you gonna negotiate with a contract when you're not gonna be here?
I think he was dipping for a very long time.
We said it, didn't we?
No.
I think
What I'm
that's
saying,
yeah.
what I'm
Should
saying,
be
the
going.
club knew. He's already told the club, yo, I'm out in it. Yeah. How are you gonna renegotiate a man like? If I'm sure Ramsey, someone's told him, he's the chief executive's dipping in it.
Yeah.
How am I negotiating? All right, yeah, I want this, blood.
Yeah, because say Ramsey looks at it and thinks, well, Ozil's got 350 grand.
Yeah, and plus that.
Can I
But
have
then he's
300 grand, please?
Nah, blood.
Because what's the difference between me and Ozil? Question.
That's how he thinks.
That's how he thinks. Yeah, definitely.
What's the difference between me and Ozil? You know? And it's hard to argue. It's hard to argue what is the difference.
So
The
who's
prob-
the new football operations guy now?
the head of football is Raul Senez.
Yeah, he must have said, "Nah, ban that, bro. Hey, get out, bro."
And I'm
I'm
backing
for
him.
it, blood. I'm backing the team,
I'm backing
blood.
whatever he decides to make. Because look, he's got a pedigree at Barcelona. Let's see it.
Nah,
Let's see it
that's
come
he
into
does.
fruition.
He's
Bro,
got a reputation.
I'm
Let's
not
see it
even
come into
about that,
fruition.
bro.
And that's the thing. He's a football man.
That's what I'm
Him,
saying.
Sven, they're gonna get that stuff sorted out. They've bought good players since they've been at the helm.
What type do I have to pay to get that at Man United? what do I have to do to
Big
to
type.
get? Oh, that's fine.
It's a big time.
What do I have to pay?
Like it's a big.
Ooh, Lama versus the Palace man them,
Oh, yeah,
the Eagles.
What, Tompkins?
There's bear fighting going on.
What are they fighting for?
He's East End proper.
He's East End, bruv.
Who's number 5?
There's nothing.
Tompkins.
There's nothing.
Yes, boy.
There's nothing worse than when you're hot, red hot, angry, and someone's trying to grips you, and you're just like, get off me,
And you're losing.
and you're losing.
You're losing.
There's 2 red cards coming. Oh, yellows. Wow.
Mike Dean, bro.
Mike Dean's having a shocker.
Doesn't Mike Dean look like a school teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like the ones that lose control of the class every other
Yeah,
week.
like he's trying to get down with the lingo of the class. He can't get it.
The girl doesn't dismiss you, I do.
That or a police officer.
Yeah.
He's still trying to give his
The
cards.
pedantic ones, innit?
Yeah, so pedantic.
So mate, I just saw your tail light is out.
He looks like one of them teachers that cycles to school.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, anyway, but yeah, that's what I think on the Ramsey situation. I would like him to stay. I'd like him to stay, but if he's trying to play
Sell him.
hardball,
Get a winger, bro. We need a winger.
we need some wingers.
We
We
need
do
some
need
wingers, bro.
Danny Welbeck's in the same situation, by the way. He's out. He's contract.
That's another one. Bye.
No, because he's a good squad
Get
player.
nah, blood.
I think
I've had
keep
enough
him on the
blood.
bench.
I've had enough blood. Get rid of
I
the
think he's
trash
got more
blood.
goals than Aubameyang this season. I think
Get
keep him
rid
on the
of
bench.
Get rid of the garbage, bro.
I think keep him on the bench. Because if you got Aubameyang and Lacazette as your 2 centre forwards only, you need to have something.
yes.
You need a little buffer.
How much money is he gonna ask?
I'd take Lukaku.
Jake, like,
Yeah.
How much money is he gonna ask for, bro?
Who?
Nah,
Who?
man, dip, bro.
Welbeck.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Welbeck will sign the team. His thing will be more about
Wait,
can I
I-
play? Can I play?
That's why is he gonna play?
He wants minutes.
No.
Because let's be
Dave.
honest,
I don't want you dead.
anyway, it's
That's
down for
another
that
one.
guy, bruv.
But where's the squad player?
Anyway, it's down.
That's not, bro.
We can't just have.
We got
starters.
these man.
You know what I'm saying?
This is why you trust missing time and all them man. They'll find
To
it. bro.
find,
Yeah, they'll sort us
Nah,
out.
I hear
bro.
that talk. I
Run
hear that talk.
that.
The
Dip.
confidence now I have.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Dip.
Those days are over.
some of us can't say that.
And Bird Leno got a gig
Yeah, bro.
because obviously Czechs got pulled a hammy.
So that's going to be him now.
Yeah, for 3 weeks.
That's
anyway.
gonna be
a bit.
But
And
I
he's
think
just-
Czech goes back into goal once he's fit. Unless
I don't know, you know.
Unless Leno does.
I'm
spectacular.
I'm hearing Leno's not to be trusted.
I don't know. He's looked good.
At the shop, a lot of people were saying, nah. One of my boys, Junior, went to the game. He was like, I don't know about Leno, you know.
Nah, he looks good, man.
I didn't watch the game.
I
So
think that's harsh. In all the games he's played, when the ball comes in the air, he just deads it with one left
is
foot.
it? Is he a baller?
Like he can play ball, and he will chip it to Bellerin or whatever. Like he
It's
plays
just
ball.
Justin, bro. Let's see
The
what.
save, and he made some good saves.
No, you know what? If for me,
Listen,
like I was
crucial
talking to an Arsenal fan today, and he was like, I don't know. I said, bro, it's the best time to be an Arsenal fan right now. To be honest, I feel like
we just got to
Nah.
no. As far as Wenger's gone,
Yeah.
like the apparent sorcerer of all your problems has gone.
You say best time. I think we've got to be patient.
No, in
That's hard.
terms of
That's very hard to do.
in terms of if people are still laughing at Arsenal for
it's
like if it's still banter, then you don't know football. Like you don't understand that. You don't understand that. Like with a new manager, with a new team, and a lot of your players are mediocre. Do you see what I'm saying? There's a couple guys that will win you, and they're winning you games now. So for me, as a football fan, I'm enjoying seeing progress.
How long should it take? Because I asked you a question on Saturday, and I asked you, do you see a difference in the way Emery's playing to the way Wenger played? And you said no.
In terms of the way they played, no.
So are you saying Emery's style is the same as Wenger's style, or Arsenal haven't adapted to Emery's style yet?
I don't think Arsenal have adapted to Emery's style yet.
How long do you think that will take?
His 3-year contract.
I was gonna say 3 years.
3 years before
3 years.
3-year contract.
It definitely will happen this season.
Hear me out. 3 years before we see what Emery's trying to do.
Yes, because he has to get his players in as well.
Look, we gave Klopp got through.
No. But we saw what Klopp was trying to do before he got the players.
But he didn't have the players though.
No. Hear what I'm saying?
Hang on. Did you?
Did
you?
you?
No, that's not.
That's why they backed him.
Let's not get prophetess on this. In his first year,
he took them to the Europa League final. No,
he weren't playing good football.
They weren't playing that. They weren't playing that show now.
Don't ever try it. Don't ever try it. The first smell we got of Klopp was last season. That was the first smell.
He's not lying. He's not lying.
And even that is completely different to this season.
And even then, I think you've enhanced it more.
City away?
You're gonna say one game?
No, I'm also gonna say one game. So in terms of there were games that just stick out in my head. So like City away, United in the Europa League, where it looks like this guy's actually doing the thing. And then when you look at sort of stats wise, it's like Liverpool are running harder. And so players like Lallana, because I remember
behind the scenes,
I'm not expecting the fullness. Hey, Dave, I'm not expecting the fullness. I'm not expecting Arsenal to win every game. I'm saying, are we seeing? Because I know when Conte came into Chelsea, he had a couple of games where it was rubbish, and then we lost to Arsenal, and then he said, no, I'm going to play how I want to play. Switch the formation. Sorry.
The truth is though that Conte, nobody knew what Conte did before Chelsea. Let's be honest. You didn't watch it. You didn't watch him at Italy. You didn't watch him at Juve. So what you did,
I saw a change.
So what you saw a change in formation. But Emery might have the same formation as Wenger. That's fine.
what I was asking.
That's fine.
I did ask that.
That's fine. But what I'm saying is you don't see anything different yet because I don't see Emery at all.
It's not. This is not a criticism of Emery.
No, I know it's not.
I'm just saying
it takes 3 years because that's why you give him a 3-year contract. That's why you give him a 3-year contract.
No, I'm not saying for it to work.
No,
I'm saying for you to see what he is trying to implement. Because obviously he might do a certain thing and then you see, okay, maybe he's trying to play this way, maybe he's trying to press high, maybe he's trying to use wingers, maybe he's trying to do this. And then you start adding the players and then it starts working.
He's saying give him his contract.
He's got 3 years because
you want his long-term thing for real, boy.
But you have to do it. You have 2 years.
In his case in particular,
because hello, I had a manager. I had a manager of 22 years who even in himself changed his teams, and it took a while to get them through. And so, how can I expect Emery to come in and do a Conte? No,
I'm not saying to win. I'm not saying he has to come in and win, even if Arsenal regress in terms of league position. What I'm saying is, before we see what the plan is, because that's my issue on the United end. I don't see what the plan is.
And that's why I'm not on that boat. Because I'm saying, he's got 3 years.
Let me give you an example. When Frank de Boer came into Palace, it was shocking. But we saw what he was trying to do from game 1.
Did we?
Yeah, I did.
Did we?
Yeah. I saw exactly what he was trying to do.
In terms of standard play and recruitment.
When Marco Silva...
Don't you think that was an easy thing to say because it was Frank de Boer?
No,
I think people threw that tag quickly.
What? Because he was Dutch. Man just assumed. No, I saw Palace play very differently to what they usually do. And it was like...
Something I could adapt.
I watched the game and I was like, no, I actually see what he's trying to do. But they were capitulating. It was bad.
Yeah. I mean, he got sacked harshly because Burnley away was his last game. And how they lost that game was phenomenal.
Tom Kids.
Then he got the sack the following day.
Like, if you watch Palace games, it's like... I felt sorry for them in every game. Every game I felt sorry for them.
They just didn't have the players for what he wanted.
Yeah.
I remember there's one game they lost away at
Riedewald.
Burnley. Benteke's just missing sitters.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. How did he lose that and it cost him his job?
It cost him his job. It was just silly.
So yeah, phenomenal against Birmingham.
That's my thing with Unai Emery. I just want to know.
My thing with Mourinho is that if he's doing things for me that are sackable, for Pete it's like no, give him grace. But for me, I can't do it.
For me, the pitch is the number one. But Mourinho's doing bare off the pitch antics. That's making it worse.
But with Emery, I feel like what helps Emery as well is like he doesn't have a big reputation. Like I think that's actually a blessing because people, if you watch football, you know that Emery's very meticulous, very pragmatic. He likes to attack, but he likes balance. And I think with Arsenal, they haven't got that yet. So in 3 years, that's the best time to judge him because and also he doesn't have Arsenal don't have a big reputation like United that precedes them. So there is time to be given to him. And if Emery is to go at the end of the 3 years, it will be for something quite serious. Like for Arsenal to say that you need to go after they've had a guy for 22 years, for Emery to be sacked, it will be a serious issue. For United, like Peter's absolutely right when it comes to United, is that the brand precedes the football. And that's why we signed Mourinho. We signed Mourinho because of the profile. We didn't sign Mourinho, and that's why I wasn't on Mourinho. Because for me, Ancelotti was the guy that, if he takes time to build, is because I see Ancelotti with AC Milan. I see him with Chelsea. I see him with I didn't like him at PSG because I felt like PSG was just a stopgap. You just went for the peas, chill in Paris, live that Paris life, go to Madrid. For me, Madrid was to get Madrid on his CV. Napoli, I feel like it's a swan song. I'm coming back to Italy. I'm not going back to AC. I've done it already. That's what I feel like. I might be wrong. But for me, I wanted Ancelotti because Ancelotti's an old school manager.
Ancelotti's doing better with Napoli than what Sarri did. Have you seen the football Napoli are playing? I
was so pissed on the weekend that Juve beat them. Because I think my team in Italy is Inter, but I like Napoli.
Honestly, what Napoli are doing this year? Watch that.
How are you watching the
Footy Light, man?
Is it?
I have to bang out them highlights. I'm regressed to that. But Emery's got 3 years to show me what he's trying to do.
Wow.
Because this is football.
For him.
For me, I don't get that.
For you, it's this.
He hasn't conformed to the culture that the Premier League has become.
I can't.
And I rate that. I rate that high. I've just gone to the end of my threshold with Mourinho.
That's why I'm with him. Wow, Mourinho is just doing madness.
The threshold, the things he's done, I'm just like no. Now you're talking.
I'm not for sacking the managers that you're doing trash. Sack him. But there's a combination, blood. Yeah. Especially that training ground clip, yeah.
He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing.
When I first heard it, I was just like, all right.
Did you watch the press conference? Did you watch the press conference? He's sitting with the lady and he's saying, maybe it's your fault that the cameras are there. 2 seconds later, he says, but we're supposed to do that by obligation.
First of all,
fool!
Do you know, after a big defeat, you let Sky Sports cameras into the training ground. Arsenal, 5-6-1, bad defeats. You've never seen our training ground.
Lock it down.
And the thing is, on your it's to be expected that there's going to be arguments and stuff on a football pitch throughout a season. We know this happens. This happens at City.
Because of
this happens here. This happens everywhere.
Because of Instagram.
You're showing it, and it's so juvenile. Like
Savage was saying, because he grew up at Man United first and then moved on. Savage was saying that in the dressing rooms he's been in the trainings that he's been in, he said if you were to hear some of the stories of what's happened at football clubs, it will ruin your image of certain people.
For real.
Because of what
I like being naive.
Yeah, what happens in the training ground stays in the training ground.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But that punch ups all the time.
Remember that video of Neil Warnock shouting at the Sheffield United players?
Yeah.
I'm sure that's going on in the top clubs.
Yeah.
The top clubs, man, are digging each other out. Like, your performance is dead. You're this, you're that.
No, because you know what we never think about when it comes to football. This is their job.
Yeah.
And this is work. Yeah. You're peeking into a man's work life. So we never deep it because for us, we are entitled fans. We are. I was listening to Touchline the other day, and Dishy was like, we are glorified customers. We're not like. In my opinion, football fans are nothing special. So this is what I love. I love podcasts because you can vent and no one cares because my opinion means nothing. But so I can say it anyway. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, you know what I'm like. I am not financially invested in Man United. I haven't even bought a kit yet this year. You see what I'm saying? So for me, like, I know I can say certain things because I know how distant. And this is why I don't mind getting pissed off because stuff will happen during the day, and I can get to vent on the podcast and get everything out. Because I know that.
Haven.
I know I'm talking crap. You see what I'm saying? I can't talk to Mourinho and tell him he should get sacked. That's how I feel. I feel like he should get sacked. But at the same time, like, we are not privy to many things. And I'm glad. Because if I knew everything that happened at Man United, like the way, I'd love to speak to Roy Keane and speak to him about the day he got sacked. I think I'll cry. Because, like, the way Ferguson did him dirty, blood. Yeah. Ferguson did him and Yap Stam dirty. But we hold Ferguson in high regard.
He says he regrets Yap Stam all the time.
He said it. He says it all the time. But we've seen 26 years of Fergie, so what can man really say to Fergie? He knows better, innit? You see what I'm saying? Like, when you watch the documentary of Wenger versus Ferguson, bruv, Ferguson is effing and blinding before every Arsenal game.
Yeah.
You need to stick it on them.
Yeah.
Like, he's going in. And for me, I'm glad I don't know everything that goes on in the dressing room. But what Mourinho did to Pogba, I was like, you are an idiot. Like, you're telling man to get out.
Yeah, get out, Paul.
And then
Get out.
Script.
No, I didn't watch it with the Sky Sports subtitles. I'm not listening. These lot, I'm not listening to Sky Sports. He said it. If you put headphones on, you can hear him say get out.
Yeah, some words you can hear Paul get out.
There's a lot of wind. There's a lot of wind, and then there's a part where it stops.
Yeah.
And you can hear him say get out.
The reason I was like,
what?
is because if you watch the clip, Mourinho is so calm as he says it. He's so nonchalant. To me, it's almost like he knew the cameras were there.
He knows the cameras are there.
The reason the footage gets taken out is because of Pogba's body language. Yeah. Pogba's the one that's like, what? Pogba's the one that's turning around looking with weird faces. Mourinho's just get out.
How does Pogba start on the weekend after that?
He said after the, listen.
He said it in the press conference.
He said, listen, we all knew. Unless you don't know Mourinho, you won't know that Pogba's not. Pogba's always going to play. Yeah, Pogba was always going to play.
You're saying how?
Because the way Mourinho made it seem in the press conference was like, look, players have arguments all the time.
Of course.
And he's absolutely right.
But what he did differently was that he said the coach and the player, like, he never referred to his name after some time. He said the relationship between the player and the coach is fine. And I thought to myself, what's he saying here? Is he trying to be funny? Is he trying to be cute? I don't know what it is, but and he said he will play, and I thought, okay, is he playing because he's your best player?
This is not to say this is not to say Pogba hasn't been dropped before. Like, Mourinho has the cojones to drop Pogba.
He does.
They had an argument about Instagram. Yeah, we saw this from what happened on a Wednesday. Yeah. They had training on a Thursday. They met on a Friday. They would have met like
with no cameras,
as in. And they're together the whole day. Yeah. You can have a camera of me and Ernest having a spat. Yeah. If we're together the whole day, by the next hour, we've gotten over it.
Why is he hooked on the hour?
Yeah.
Why was he hooked on the hour then against West Ham?
Because he was playing dead.
Was he? Was he the worst player there?
I don't think... This is what I'll say.
After 55 minutes?
From what I saw in the game, I looked at the game and I thought Fellaini was our best midfielder.
Okay.
When I watched the game, I thought Fellaini's our best midfielder. For me, Pogba wasn't inspiring, but tactically, I think that's because you're playing 3 DMs. Yeah. I don't think any of them, as a group, complement Pogba. Yeah. In that, Pogba's the worst player in midfield. Do you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I think it was Matic. I think Matic offered nothing. Yeah. I think he offered nothing in the game. Yeah. But Pogba being the only man in terms of the creative hub, there's so much on him, and it's like you're asking Matic, Fellaini, and Pogba, and McTominay, because McTominay was in and out of the back three.
It was almost like a half back.
Yeah, it's like that thing when Pep first came to Bayern and Xabi Alonso was in the back three, and he was a quarterback. You see what I'm saying? And for me, I was just like, and for me, and do you know what annoyed me with the formation more time is that's the formation I've been screaming at you guys all season. I told you 3-5-2 for 2 seasons in a row.
And I guess what Jose will tell you, I played your 5-3-2. Look what happened.
But he played it with such ingredients.
Like, it didn't make sense. Yeah. So for me, I was like, West Ham is the perfect place to try a 3-5-2. Because Zabaleta's not fast. Don't let that first assist fool you. Zabaleta's not fast.
I know he's not, but
he's not fast.
It's the best to do it West Ham because West Ham are garbage.
I saw Zabaleta.
They're garbage.
And the thing is, don't get me wrong. I can get onto the refs. Yeah. I can go onto the refs. Yeah, I don't care. I don't really care because it happens in every game. Every game there's an opportunity for the ref to use his brain and he doesn't. So that's fine. I haven't got an issue with that. But my thing is this: like, if you're looking at Pogba the player, did he deserve to come off? Yes, but not more than Matic. If you have the right mix, Pogba works. If you put Fred there, if you put Pereira there, a lot of United fans were screaming for Pereira, and I was like, I get why, but West Ham have like builders in midfield, so it's like.
Got to be careful what you put in there.
I heard United fans upset that Pereira didn't even play.
The thing about United fans, the thing about United fans is that they have a weird delusion of grandeur. That they think that because someone said to me, Pereira played 2 seasons at Valencia. Did you watch every one of those games at Valencia? No, you didn't. Number 2, he played on the wing at Valencia. He's only playing central midfield for us. Do you see what I'm saying? And he batted it up in pre-season, but it's pre-season. Like I don't know how good you are over a season. I like what I've seen from you.
It's the hipster answer, isn't it? It's Pereira.
It's
It's quite a hipster thing.
It's like
He's playing well. Fine. Then he must play.
Yeah, he played well against Hull. Got hooked off against Brighton, and we've never seen him since. Do you see what I'm saying? So Pogba for me with the right mix, and that's my biggest issue with Mourinho is that you're not getting the best out of your players, but you haven't even found the right blend.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, you had that last season. And don't get me wrong, in the first 5 games, Mickey was a big part of that. Mkhitaryan was a big part of why we had that. But you haven't found the right mix. And for me, you're getting 50 million to do that job.
As I found this is his first season, if we really...
We don't know our first... Bro, we don't know our best 11.
I see the best, in terms of Jose's tenure at United, the best United was Carrick, Pogba, was it Herrera?
Carrick didn't play that much.
No, but there was a period of time where he was playing.
It wasn't long.
Jose's first season.
It wasn't long. It was Matic first season Carrick.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
First season Carrick.
Yeah.
But for me, that midfield was always stop and go.
Susceptible.
Because Carrick was old.
Yeah, and then obviously when you look at it, like Zlatan was missing bare.
Do you know what our midfield was when Mourinho first came? Fellaini and Pogba. That was our midfield.
Against Bournemouth.
Man City. When Man City bopped us 2-1 at home. When Blin had the howler.
Because I remember the issue was it's like you're playing Pogba in a double pivot. You can't really move and influence the game.
We have been trying to unlock this breath for 3 seasons. My thing is
greatest series.
My thing is,
does it get to a point that you have to sort of carry your losses?
This is one of the reasons why I didn't want the guy as an independent individual. I wouldn't cry. As an independent individual midfielder, do you work?
Yeah.
I think he can
by himself. Yeah.
I think he can,
but in context of a team,
I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
Koke works in the Spanish team.
Yeah.
Koke works at Atletico.
Yeah.
Koke works by himself.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Remove Marchisio, remove Vidal, remove Pirlo. I don't know about Pogba. But remove Kante from France. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But then again,
Santi Cazorla works by himself.
Yeah. But what's also been removed from Pogba?
David Silva by himself.
But going back to the France argument, man had runners.
We have runners.
But do they run though?
Do they run?
Runners.
Bro, I saw man try to give Lukaku a 1-2.
Our runners on the bench.
We had an argument about these runners the other day. I remember there was a game I said, look, the guys were trying to run.
Brighton.
Was it Brighton?
Yeah.
I was saying that they were trying to run and the ball was getting fed and people weren't having it. I thought Man United wanted runners. That they were trying.
We have runners.
Players were trying.
Our focal point is not a runner.
Okay.
We have runners. Bro, guys, if you got, I don't know if you will.
I understand why you don't want Lukaku.
I don't know if you will do it.
Yeah.
If you can find any clips on YouTube of our FA Cup run under Van Gaal with Rashford and Martial, please do, because we were burying teams. The pace.
Bury.
Oh, bro, it was. We have pace.
No, I know you.
We have pace.
So are you saying Lukaku's your version of Giroud then?
Don't ever diss Giroud in your life.
Because
don't ever diss Giroud in your life.
He doesn't bring players in the game. He doesn't have the ball.
He's trash.
Olivier Giroud.
No, but it's the same problem.
Let's move away from United. We've gone back to United. I just want to ask one last question on Arsenal quickly, and then we can move on. Who will finish above who? Arsenal, Tottenham.
Hey!
That's sticky, blood.
You think
Can the Europa League?
Spurs.
I still think Tottenham will get top 4.
Can the Europa League, bro?
Spurs will get top 4.
If you got
Spurs will get knocked out by Barca. We'll get knocked out by Barca tomorrow.
Nah, Tottenham are gonna get boxed, bro. Don't watch that, bro.
David, Arsenal, Tottenham. You finishes.
We need to can the Europa League to finish above Tottenham.
No, I don't think you should can it.
Okay.
Can the
I
team,
think
blood?
win it,
Tottenham
man.
finish above
I think you should win it.
Interesting.
Let's
Let's quickly whiz.
What do you think?
No, Arsenal.
This guy, bro.
Sorry, the question. Tottenham are.
Is it because you work for them?
No. You wait. You'll see it.
Tottenham will get
You'll
that.
You'll see it. Don't worry. Tottenham won't.
Do you know what I love about Peter?
They won't make it.
He calmly just Tottenham. Like he just calmly.
Yeah, like
he's
it's
you know,
It's no big
like
deal.
his confidence is mad, you know.
It's coming. What I've said, because it's hard. It's hard to sort of like Tottenham can't. Are not. No, anyway, I don't know. They're not. Don't worry. They'll be out. They'll be out this year.
Oh my
They'll be out
god!
this year.
They'll be out of what? The top 4?
Yeah, it's too disjointed. It's too disorganised. They haven't got a home. It's just too much. There's too much. There's too much going on there.
Them are actually homeless,
and who knows if
They are homeless,
if Mourinho's sacked and then they look at Maurizio, that's it. That's the end.
No,
of Tottenham Hotspur.
I'm not trying to hear that Pochettino chat.
I'm just saying it's the end of
go
Tottenham
back.
Hotspur. If he's gone from Tottenham Hotspur, forget Tottenham Hotspur because there's no manager that's coming in there and rectifying unless it's. Even then, I'm struggling. You know, unless it's I don't know Thomas Tuchel, who I'm not even that convinced about anyway. By the way,
By the way,
Dortmund top of the league.
I've been trying to say this, but Thomas Tuchel is suspect.
At Dortmund, he was live though.
He's
The
suspect.
problem is he's live at Dortmund. He was live.
He's suspect.
Wolves 2, Southampton 0. Southampton, you are going down.
We don't care, man.
Going down.
Raw.
Leicester 2 away at Newcastle.
Well done, Leicester.
Well done, Leicester.
Who scored for them?
Vardy and Maguire.
Oh
Yeah, Harry got better this week.
City 2, Brighton 0.
Same old, same
Shout out
old.
to Sterling.
Nothing to say
Shout
there.
out
Raheem
Sterling.
Sterling
Shout out
did.
to
Hey,
Sterling.
Sterling's numbers are mad, you know.
He's created more goals than Lukaku.
Well, that's not hard, is it?
Oh,
And you play for City.
oh, okay.
Who has
Okay.
City ain't lost in the
Okay,
league, innit?
okay. But Lukaku's that guy, isn't it? 4 and 6.
Huddersfield Town.
Is it 4 and 8 now?
Oh,
Huddersfield Town.
That's still winning 2.
Huddersfield Town 0, Tottenham 2. Kane has more goals at the John Smith Stadium than any Huddersfield player.
Kane is very, very tired. Kane is very tired right now, but he scored 5 Premier League goals.
Do you know that?
Is he still tired?
He scored 5 Premier League
He's
goals.
still tired. Okay, cool.
He scored 5 Premier League
Still
goals.
tired.
He has more goals at the John Smith Stadium than any Huddersfield player. You have to understand that.
No, these don't need to
That
go
is
down.
wild.
For their own sake.
Did they sign Eric Durham?
Yeah, he's playing left back for them.
I know.
Dortmund.
Yeah, they signed Eric Durham.
That's
It's
live.
getting bad.
Everton 3, Fulham 0. This is quite an impressive victory for Everton.
No,
I was
Fulham
surprised.
can't defend.
They cannot defend.
can't.
They actually can't defend.
Alfie Mawson's moving like he's in prison, bro.
He's moving like he's a
That's
championship
so
player,
erratic.
which is where his former club is and where he should be.
Yeah,
Burnley
centre
2.
backs. Flipping heck.
Burnley
What's
2.
that? Chambers. Ah!
Burnley 2. Cardiff 1.
This
No,
for me was
nothing to
one
see
of
here.
Cardiff's biggest opportunities to get 3 points.
Don't take Burnley for a waste man, blood. Don't take bad man for children.
They'll finish 15th.
Don't take bad man for
They'll
kids,
finish
then.
15th. Man. Don't worry about that.
Like, Cardiff are crap. Sincerely and utterly.
Do you know what? I don't know where Huddersfield or Cardiff will get a win this season. I can't think
Against
where.
each other.
Old Trafford.
Against each other.
Against each other.
That game
It'll be a
was a toss-up.
stalemate. And then Newcastle, Southampton. That's your bottom 4 for me. It's going to be a mixture of them. Fulham are in that as well, 5. So you got bottom 5. I'd put them in that category.
Yeah.
I want to root for Fulham, but they're not helping.
Yeah, same,
themselves.
innit? I want them
And
to
of
do
course-
well, but boy.
Burnley, Bournemouth 2, Palace 1. So yeah, you look at the bottom 5 right now. Is exactly what I think the bottom 5 will be. Southampton in 16th, Fulham in 17th, Newcastle 18th, Cardiff.
Fulham was
19th.
17th.
Yeah,
How
Cardiff,
did that happen?
they don't win games. And
Cool,
they've lost 4.
They've lost 4?
They've lost 4.
Bruh, United have lost 3.
And United have lost 3. Yes, they have
That's
lost 3.
Daily. What's the score?
And they're 10th.
I mean, Wolves have only lost 1, and they're 9th. So that's interesting.
Big old Wolves, man.
Interesting reading.
How many have Wolves lost? 1.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they've lost. You know,
No, but they've
lost,
drawn bare,
we've lost
though.
more games than them. Goal of the week.
Well, there's a few, John, if we're counting midweek.
It's no.
We're not counting midweek.
Wait.
So we're letting
It's
Hazard
Studge.
go.
Yeah,
We're letting Harry Wilson
it's-
go.
Man said,
Daniel Sturridge.
man said Harry Wilson like he's in the running. You know you put that for Hazard, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you see Harry
Like,
Wilson's free kick,
I
man?
saw it, but your agenda over everything. Innit?
Yeah, oh yeah, Hazard's the greatest player of all time.
I'm going Daniel Sturridge
Yeah, start for me.
comfortably.
Sturridge scored an absolute
Comfy.
banger. Did anyone? The thing is, I didn't see a lot of those games. I only saw the big games. So I
Nothing
can't
was
say.
better than Sturridge.
Nothing was better than Sturridge.
Sorry.
The thing is, funny, speaking of the Carabao Cup, it did the exact same thing and hit the bar.
Yeah, the practice makes perfect, innit? Try it again.
David, goal of the week.
Yeah, thing. What's his face?
You see, not that guy. I think I've got a contender. You know.
Player of the week.
Do you know who's my player of the week?
Player of the week.
Rob Holden was exceptional.
Rob Holden, because you saw him live. Yeah,
Rob Holden. Because there was times man was making tackles. Yeah.
Rob Holden.
And I was thinking it was Mustafi. I was like, it can't be Mustafi because my agenda needs to fly.
Rob Holding was the man of the match for us. That
he's one more than Pochettino. Rob Holding, he's one more than Pochettino. I'm glad they changed the song because he's not better than Cannavaro. That was just ridiculous.
He is.
I'll sing it. He's better than Cannavaro.
You can't sing it with your chest.
You can't. He's won the World Cup. You can't. He was a captain for the World Cup.
No, but Dele Alli is better than Zidane.
Oh God! I mean, Özil's not better than Zidane. It's ridiculous. Player of the week. Rob Holding, you said. Okay.
David Luiz is a bit of a shout.
David Luiz.
I thought he was really good.
Player of the week.
Who would I give it to? Yeah, David Luiz.
David Luiz. David.
Because I had an agenda against him.
David Luiz for player of the week.
I think that's a centre back's performance.
It should be.
It was sick.
That's a centre back's performance.
Even the ball to Hazard, no, to Willian.
Oh, blood.
Yeah.
That's a like. If,
He showed us all of his good.
Yeah, like if men are telling me about a ball playing centre back, those are the performances.
That was Confederations Cup, David Luiz.
That's
for real.
David, your player of the week.
I'll give it to Hazard still.
Hazard.
Yeah, Luiz for me, man. Yeah, I had to think about it. Because the thing is, there's no real outstanding candidates this week.
Yeah,
It's quite a crap week.
It's been quite a. I think we're knee deep in the Premier League now.
Because obviously Siggers has scored twice, but
We ain't got 10 games yet.
We're still knee.
Nah,
ankle.
This is ankle.
Right, shit.
Nah.
Ankle.
We're 7 games in.
Ankle.
Hamstring.
Nah, we're
Ankle.
the hammy.
Upper hammy.
I said a hammy.
No,
Hammy's up here. I'm saying shit.
Oh, what's that? Calf.
Calf. Yeah, I'm saying shit.
just
I don't know who my player of the week is. I have no
under a
idea.
fifth of the way in.
I can't say. I'll say Sturridge because of the fact he came with 10 minutes to go
Are you one of them? Are you one of them people?
No, I'm not
Like
one
a
of
player
them
comes
people.
on, scores a goal, and then the man in the match.
Changes the game. He influenced the game. He influenced the
Liverpool are going home with diddly squad.
They're going with no points.
Yeah, but Liverpool would should have scored.
They could have.
But we didn't.
Back up. But the majority vote was David Luiz, so David Luiz is player of the week.
Sick,
Who's the team of the week? Is one more than Pochettino.
No, Chelsea's performance was very, very good. You know.
Don't mind.
Hammers?
We drew at home.
It was okay.
No. But in terms of like performance and especially within like Mauricio Sarri and to see actually how much he sort of not evolved but progressed like this Chelsea team.
7 games is all it took.
Yeah, but like he's only signed 3 players. He's working a lot with the pre-existing players. David Luiz, for instance, was frozen out. Gives a man of the match performance.
Ernest said the Hammers. I'm going more.
Yeah, I'm a West Ham team.
I think United cost the defeat rather than.
I know the worst team
played
of the week.
Yeah,
West Ham did what they had to do.
For me, worst team of the week is Man United.
West Ham did what they had to do. I think that's West Ham. West Ham are my team of the week, bro. They beat United. They beat a team better than them. Simple. Come on, lads. David, who's your team of the week?
Team of the week.
West Ham, bro.
West Ham.
Okay, to the Hammers.
Ernest. West Ham.
Yeah, that's all.
AD.
Honestly, Chelsea, man. I thought they were sick.
Yeah, I thought Chelsea played good. I thought Chelsea were.
Like it was a game of rules.
That was a game when it ended 1-1. I was like, you know what? Both teams. I don't like this deserving thing, but it's like you both played well.
It's
like
funny. It's funny because I thought Chelsea were lucky to get a draw, but when the players started talking in the interview that a point was a fair result, the manager said the same thing, and then when they showed the analysis on the game, I thought actually, do you know what?
Chelsea had chances.
A draw was a fair result.
Chelsea had chances.
I think we're a lot better in the first half than the second, but
Yeah.
obviously we're a goal up. So
But Liverpool did something I haven't seen them do for a while. They played the long game. The 90 minutes, you knew Liverpool were there.
Yeah.
Like even
They stuck in
if
there.
Chelsea had won 1-0, Chelsea would be like, nah, that was a
hard
tough
game.
game.
we got away with it.
That was a tough
Honestly, it
game.
felt like Premier League contenders going at it.
It was,
Yeah.
it was such a sick match.
It was good.
It was such a good match.
I guess my team of the week for going top of the league as well as being under the radar, winning week after week. I'll go Man City. But the majority vote is West Ham United.
Who did we say you play?
Brighton.
Brighton. At home.
Yes.
And they got team of the week from you. Shocking.
Oh,
Carry on.
he's entitled to his opinion.
He is.
Pump the
He is.
friggin' brakes.
Yeah, and I'm entitled to my.
Mug.
I'm entitled
Worst
to
team
He
of the
gave
week.
United.
Manchester United. Worst team of the week.
Let's not even.
Manchester United.
Manchester United. Manchester.
Ernest.
How many languages do you want me to say that?
Can I get it in Dutch? Just because
Manchester.
'cause I love
In
the,
Portuguese, it's Manchester.
for sure, yeah.
They're gonna recognise City in the favelas.
Damn.
Get out, man.
David, who's your team of the week? Worst team of the week?
Of course, it's them man from up north, mate.
Of course,
The
man,
Manx.
of course.
The Manx.
Unanimous.
Foulness.
Say that again.
Foulness.
Okay.
Oh, what language is that?
Foulness.
Dutch. Alright, can we have it in Spanish?
Espanol.
Basura.
How about Yoruba?
Basura.
Yeah, that's
Basura.
And Peter's cultured, you know.
Basura.
how am I cultured?
How come I know it before it come up?
Right. Who's not that guy this week?
I don't think this will be David's guy, but I've got a late contender.
I know.
Wait,
Can I just say
what
one?
we saw on a Monday night?
What we saw Monday night.
Can I say one who's probably not that guy, but flipping Douglas Costa's an idiot again.
Again, what's he done this time?
Did you not see that tweet?
Wait,
No.
how's he still playing? Oh,
The Instagram, sorry, Instagram.
No.
Who posted it?
Insta?
Oh, who posted the Instagram?
Did he not?
No, someone posted.
You know what?
No, someone posted that. He commented on the post, and I was trying to remember who he
liked
posted.
Oh no.
I'm ready for the game.
So Fred posts an Instagram saying, "Oh, picture of him training for United," and he's like, "Oh yeah, training hard for the weekend." And then Douglas, and this is a bit explicit. I wish we could bleep the point, but he goes,
Let me see.
he goes,
Let me find.
I don't know if it's still up.
Just bleep the bit that's bad.
Nah, because you have to know. You don't know
it
the
loses
word.
the context. That's
Yeah,
it.
you don't know the word.
Oh, sorry. All right. Parental advice.
Yeah, he
What,
said,
is it offensive? Is it racist?
it is.
Okay, go on.
He said-
What is it? Is it today?
I think it was this week. I saw it today. He said, "You're a good nigga."
Oh yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I
He did not say that. He didn't.
can see it. What's
Man, don't speak English.
what's Neguinho?
Oh, the green.
Hey, nah, he really said it, you know.
He said, "You're a good nigga." To Fred, when Fred's talking about.
What's Fred's
Oh,
What's Fred's
it's
spirit
Brazilian slang for nigga. Hey, nah.
It's Fred Rodriguez. Is that it?
Fred 08 official with one F. No, I got it here.
Unbelievable.
What post is it on? This one? Is it on that
Yeah.
post?
No, it's the word good. Like, if you said my, fair
Yeah.
enough. How come I say you're a good?
He said, "You're a good nigga."
Unbelievable.
I think bomb is good.
Oh,
He's
Nah,
having
this
a laugh.
is legendary.
He's having a laugh.
It has 139 likes.
He's actually.
he's
up there.
moving mad.
Where is he play? Is he at Juve still?
Yeah.
Yeah, he flamed on
I'm
the man
telling
like
you,
2
man.
weeks ago.
I'll tell you, them Italians out there, they're getting the worst out of him.
Unbelievable.
They're getting the worst out of him. Yeah, he should definitely be up there. I think.
Who wants to line it up?
I
Because I
don't
ain't
think-
got anyone to.
I've got one, you know. I've got one.
Okay, you go for it.
line it up,
Line
go
that
for
song,
it.
check out.
Because, like, obviously, we've had a long weekend.
Mad.
I haven't really watched too much football, but fortunately, I was in the right place at the right time because I saw something I just can't comprehend. Now, this fellow was born on the 13th of February 1990, so he's 28 years old.
He's my age.
Yeah,
Top man.
he's a big man. In fact, he was captain of PSG at about 19.
Wow,
Wow.
accolades.
Big things were expected of this young man.
Stop. He's not my age. This player's not my
He is,
age.
he is.
No, I
No, he's not.
Nah, you can't rate man.
I've
You
not
can't rate
got-
man's
listen,
age and a birthday, and then like just nah, he's not do
Deep
that.
the two guys.
What?
Me and the guy he's referring
No,
to.
he's
You're
They're
the
the same
I've seen
age.
him grow up.
Yeah.
I've seen him grow up.
You're the same
I've seen him
age.
grow up.
Have you
the same
seen
age.
his face?
Now,
Damn.
Have you seen his
Damn.
face? That has had work.
Damn.
He is. Bruv, check the wrist.
Man,
Damn.
That's the way you check age.
Man,
Damn.
man.
for the wrist.
man grew up in the rough streets of
The
Paris.
guy's skin is tough. He is not 28. He can't be in his 20s. He can't be.
He's in his 20s.
Like, he's
He's younger than Daniel Sturridge.
You know
Shut
Alvaro. You
up.
know Alvaro
Nah.
is 1 year older than you.
Toby.
Yeah,
You know that.
Like, he looks like a big man, bro.
Yeah.
He looks like a bigger man.
He's 29.
He's like he's 34, isn't it?
Yeah. He looks like he's got 10 years on me, bro. Oh, no, man.
Anyway,
Anyways.
big things were expected of this young fellow. I expected great things from him when he signed for my club, Liverpool, in 2013. where we amassed 56 games in 56 games where he scored twice in the league. He also had a loan spell at Crystal Palace. Now, whilst this guy was an employee of Liverpool Football Club, whilst Liverpool Football Club paid these guys wages, he had the temerity, he had the nerve, he had the effrontery, he had the sheer, downright, unmitigated goal when Christian Benteke scored a winner. Because listen, when you're on loan, you've got class, you've got decency, you've got composure, you've got good behaviour. When you're on loan, you sit up in the higher echelons, watch the game, you're impartial.
And he was living life doing this.
Snapchatting. Pepper souping. Good heading. Yes.
Man was wearing Macron from head to toe. He was wearing a Macron tracksuit and he came
full tracksuit
outside of the technical area to greet Benteke after he scored against his parent club.
He came outside the technical area.
That summer, summer, he came back to Liverpool in pre-season. Anyway, so he's got 28 caps for France. There's not a cat's chance in hell who's going to add to that. So right now on his Wikipedia it says France and it says 2010 with a dash. There's the right 2010 to 2015 because he's never playing for France again. He's never playing for France again.
Rami's still in the squad, bro. They still got Rami in the squad and he's not.
Ideal Rami. Who's going out with Pamela Anderson?
This is the World Cup.
He's doing what?
Let me see you right now. Listen, do you know what I've come to realise? Because now there's no Italian football, there's no Spanish football on my TV. So I've seen a bit more French. Marseille is the wildest club in football. Let me tell you, the things that are going on with people that live in Marseille or that are playing for Marseille. Honestly, Rami and Pamela Anderson, that one blew my mind last season.
How did they meet?
I don't know.
How did they meet? Because Pamela Anderson was on Baywatch, you know?
This guy used to play.
She was on a lot of things.
Hi-yo. This guy used to play for Valencia and AC Milan. Yeah, met Pamela Anderson. He lives in Marseille.
Where?
I don't know, bro.
On the streets of Marseille.
But them man in Marseille,
he had to DM her, bro.
Them Marseille man, you check the profiles of them players. Some of them guys are wild guys.
Yeah, this is Valbuena, isn't it?
Oh god, that was a fiasco and a half as well. Whew, we bought Nasri from there. No wonder why he turned out to be what he was.
Them Marseille men are wild, shit.
I'm telling you, bruv, you don't need to do some studies, bruv. They are some case
Only
situations.
the drugs was good, you know?
They are crazy. Yeah, go on.
Anyway, so this guy, he's never played for France again. A big reason for that is because in 2017 he transferred to Crystal Palace on a permanent deal for about 20-something million quid. I don't really know.
God, they're fortune.
Anyway, why I chose this guy as the not that guy for this week is because I was watching the game. It was 1-1. It was a finely poised game. Bournemouth have a free kick. They whack it in, and then this guy has the nerve. I don't know what's wrong with him. He elbows the Bournemouth striker in the face, and then he complains why there's a penalty. He's cost his team the points, and well, there's nothing really much to say about him except for this. Mamadou Sakho, you're not that guy, bruv. Sort it out. That's why we got rid of you.
Sort it out, mate.
Sort your trim, bro.
He's having an
he literally cost his team.
He's still got Mohican in 2018 and his gold on the top. Move, man. I'm a serious guy.
You know, man from young, yeah, they would always ask mommy for patterns, and they still get patterns. You're a big man, you know. So now I'm chatting. Man's in his prime, you know.
Unbelievable. Oh my god. Alright, quickly, Premier League fixtures for next week. Friday night football, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Brighton at home to West Ham.
Lads, pattern your fantasy, and ladies, pattern your fantasy team for this week on Friday.
Oh, Brighton, West Ham?
Yeah. No, because obviously...
He's saying do it early.
I'll get it done.
Yeah, you have to get it done.
What's your thoughts?
Speaking of fantasy, do you know who the highest scoring goalkeeper is?
In fantasy?
Hennessy.
Is it Patricia?
Nah.
Hart.
Joe Hart.
It's Hennessy, bro.
I'll put him in
Is
there.
it Hennessy?
Yeah,
Is it not Joe Hart?
Only by a point.
Oh, I saw something about Joe Hart. He's had the maddest statistics for this season. Like, he's
No,
actually
bro,
been
because
sick.
Burnley are built
People
to
getting
concede.
peppered, yeah?
Yeah, man, making just bare saves on that.
4.5. I swapped him for De Gea a couple of weeks ago. Worst mistake.
Oi, De Gea is the only United player in my team, and he needs to cut.
I can't lie. I got Patricio and Fabianski, brother. It's hard to choose.
Oh,
Which
you're on that. What's it? Select and play thing.
No, it's yeah, of course.
So you're on that rotation?
Yeah, I rotate it.
That's hard, you know.
And I've kept Patricio in there a few times. I'm thinking, raw man, I got away with that still.
So I'm on that set and select. Was it set and forget? When I keep my keeper in there, that's it.
It's hard, bro. The fantasy league tweeted no goalkeeper has more FPL points than Joe Hart. He recorded.
I'm looking at it now.
But then Hennessy's just played.
Hennessy plays.
Today.
Yeah,
my bad.
Jabron. Brighton, West Ham.
Don't care.
Brighton, West Ham. West Ham win that. West Ham win away.
It's a Friday night football.
West Ham win away, guys.
West Ham.
Ernest?
Hey, man's digging in, blood.
I'm just not concerned about football right now, blood.
Come on, I need a prediction.
Brighton, West Ham, West Ham.
Bruh. Adrian?
1-1.
I'm going Brighton home win. Friday night football.
Take it away. Go on.
Burnley at home to Huddersfield.
Burnley.
Burnley.
That's some clean sheets right there for Burnley.
Damn.
Yeah, must be a hard take.
Huddersfield.
That is a full house on Burnley. You will never see full house Burnley again. We will never get it again.
I feel like we should start some sort of game. I don't know what. With Huddersfield and Cardiff, like, I don't know what game it could be because these men are awful. They're atrocious.
They're abomination.
We just have fun with them. Otherwise, it's a waste of a Premier League.
No, but Cardiff is 20th everywhere for everything. Everywhere.
Except for fouls, where they're probably first.
First.
I hate how
Fact though. In fact, Huddersfield are not even bottom.
Sorry,
Cardiff aren't even bottom. It's Huddersfield. Interesting.
they're both dead.
Palace at home to Wolves.
That's a.
Wolves.
That's Wolverhampton.
Palace at home to Wolves.
That's
You think they
Wolves.
beat Palace, yeah?
Yes.
Jimenez.
Jota.
I'm going to say a draw still.
Wolves.
I'm going to go for a draw.
They draw more games than win, it seems.
You know
Yeah,
what?
bro.
That's a good prediction.
David, everyone else, come on, let's get to Wolves.
I said Wolves, man.
Cool. Leicester at home to Everton.
Oh, that's a game.
It's not. Leicester home
Leicester
win.
win.
That's a
Leicester
game.
home win.
Home win.
Leicester home win.
Ernest, you need to pay. Honestly, watch one game of Everton if you haven't seen one this season. Everton,
Are they flattering to deceive?
they are garbage. That's another
Everton,
awful
yeah?
team. It's another.
I saw
awful side.
Yerry Mina with the sharpest trim
When they lost
on the bench.
when they lost at home,
I respect it.
at home 3-1 to West Ham. I can't look at them again.
You know what it is,
I
yeah?
can't look at them again.
That's probably the most shocking result I think I've seen this season. Like, I was like,
Nah, Bournemouth at West Ham.
Bournemouth
When
at
Bournemouth
West
won
Ham.
there 2-1. When Wilson had free reign.
So both of the shocking results include West Ham.
Yeah.
Is it just they're going to be a bit yo-yo this year, isn't it? Can we not? Like,
No, I think Pellegrini's settling in.
yeah,
settling in.
that's what I mean.
Read it between the lines.
Up and down.
as in, I have, you know, the reason why I was shocked is because I have this idea of Marco Silva from Hull,
Yeah.
and I can't shake it off.
He was
Yeah.
doing
You know
wonderful work,
And
bro.
Ernest, you know what? I think it's time to shake it off.
With Oumar
And
Niasse,
I'm having to understand that because he hasn't actually done anything since he's been here
Would you? Whoa.
in England. No, let's keep it factual. He hasn't actually done anything. It was a disaster at Watford towards the end. It looked like he was going to send it down.
Second half of their
He
season.
sent it down.
His head was turned.
Everton right now. What is a good season for Everton this year? What was your assumption?
Top seven?
Top 6.
7, 6.
Because they were in Europa, so
if they,
to
if
go
they, if they
back
finished
there.
8th, have they had a bad season?
No.
Sorry, what's a bad season then?
Below 10.
To the question.
No,
Below
10.
I'll probably say
10 and below.
I'll probably say like 12 and below.
Yeah, 12
and below.
10 and below.
Yeah, definitely in the top half.
Oscar, what do you reckon?
10 and below.
10 and below, David?
Who?
Yeah.
Everton, sorry, I'm sorry.
You know what? Considering the money they've spent, 10 and below. When I think about how much Everton have actually spent,
Sigurdsson alone is 50. Yeah.
They finished bottom half, blood.
They've
Yo,
dropped P's,
fam,
though.
There's
Yeah.
questions.
They
questions.
dropped P.
I
When I
put money
think
on
about
it now. They
Question-
finished 10 and below. I put
Question
money on
for
it
Yeah.
right now.
I can actually see that
I
happening.
put
They don't
money on
look
it
great.
right now. Unless he sorts it out quickly.
who's in their back four? Coleman, flipping Dean, flipping Keane, and
Ashley
Zuma.
Williams. Ashley Freeman.
Zuma, yeah, they play Zuma.
Ashley Williams don't play.
But they got Williams.
Ashley Williams out here.
It's a lot.
Ashley Williams out here living his best life, looking light skinned, bro.
Where?
I don't know where he is.
Bro.
I just saw him for Wales. I just saw him in Wales training. I was like, right, you're still here.
Yeah, he started
What
to
haircut
load.
does he have at the moment?
You know,
Bruv, he's got the flipping locks thing going on. Looking like Chris Paul's dad.
Let me ask you a question. Who's got Harry Kane in their fantasy team?
Not me.
You better get him in this week because they're at home to Cardiff.
Holy
Get him in this week.
Harry Kane scored twice.
What?
By the way, Williams is on loan at Stoke City.
Holy smokes, they were drawing 2-2 Rotherham the other day.
But
They were 2-0
that's
down.
where his career deserves to go, to be honest.
So does Jack Butler.
The thing is,
After
yeah,
that talk.
it's the peas, man. Man have to drop peas.
Like,
You know
I
what?
might have to drop a Bamiyang.
I'll go to Stoke on 30 grand a week.
But the thing is, I've got Aguero, and Aguero's been one goal here, one goal there.
Keep Aguero's for the long run. You know, at the end of the season, you have
Yeah.
the most goals, yeah, and you have the most points.
No, but
he's there for the long run.
I'm going to be on minus this week then.
Like, it's got to be down to
-4, yeah.
It's got to be down
I've
to-
got Gundogan, Jimenez, and Zaha, who could have all scored this week.
You drop Jimenez.
And Zaha. I'm going to have two up front.
No, but Raul Jimenez ain't getting the goals. That's the thing Wolves need to get, by the way, next season, if not in January, they have to sign a centre forward. That's where they're lacking.
Jimenez isn't the guy.
No, he's not doing it at the moment.
He's not a goal scorer, but his all-round game is sick.
He's not doing it at the moment.
Adrian loves the all-round game, you know.
He's not dead yet.
Adrian loves the all-round game. Yeah,
No, bro, did you see him at the United game? He didn't score, but he was making stuff happen.
No, he does.
Is
I
it?
agree. He
Is
does
it?
do that. But
Off the ball,
I
innit?
don't like those strikers. I had that in Giroud. I can't stand it anymore. I need Lacazette.
You need
I need
tangible.
bang, bang, bang.
Unscrupulous.
Lukaku.
I just need rat, tat, 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 tat. Lukaku's got more goals than Lacazette, right?
Look at Lacazette's on good form, man.
But Lacazette's on the ball. Spurs at home to Cardiff. Spurs home win. I don't know where they're playing though.
How many?
How many? Yeah,
It's
Queso.
a case of.
It's a quesadilla, yeah.
How many?
Fair enough. Watford at home to Bournemouth. 3:00 kickoff. It's a tasty
Watford
game.
win. Watford win.
It's a tasty game, this one. But I'm going for a Watford win as well.
Watford
Home
win. Do you know what I don't like about Watford? Well, I mean the way they're playing right now,
Yeah.
they don't have anyone creative in the middle because they play two up top and they play almost like a flat 4-4-2.
Yeah. That's okay.
I know, but I just feel like they would benefit from having a number 10. They'd benefit
No,
from
'cause
having
then they lose a striker.
They lose their
Their,
shape.
their striker, their partnership is frightening. It's really good.
the strike partnership is frightening.
It's really good.
Yeah.
They finish above Everton. this season.
Dini's a
Put
good
money
player,
on it.
you know.
Because their most creative talent is on the wings.
No, but
Pereira and Hughes.
they come central a lot.
What's it
Not
called?
enough for
Watford
me.
will finish above West Ham and Everton this season. Put some P's on that.
About West Ham.
West Ham and Everton. This
And
season.
Everton.
Yeah. Put Watford in that top 8.
It's not ridiculous.
They'll
It's
be,
not, that's not crazy.
them and Leicester will be fighting a lot for what position that is.
I think West Ham would be right behind it.
Dini, what's the score?
Yeah, Watford home win.
What's the
Are we
score?
going around? Watford home win.
Yeah.
Okay, Manchester United is the 5:30 kickoff on BT Sport.
Oh, it's on
Are we
TV.
at 5:30?
Oh, let's have it.
Oh, you lot love being on TV.
Guys, 2 United games this week to watch on TV. It's going to be
At
class.
home, 5:30 kickoff to Newcastle United. Oscar, what is your prediction?
My prediction is Manchester United win.
David.
Newcastle.
Wow. Rafa's getting a win at Old Trafford.
As if.
Ernest.
Draw.
Adrian.
Nasty United victory.
Yes,
Disgusting.
it could be like 4-5.
Gonna be. No. I mean nasty as in slow, labour.
Oh, that's what you
1-0.
mean.
Yeah,
You think that?
tough.
Nah, I think floodgates, boys.
Do you know what, I ain't gonna lie. Because Newcastle haven't got a prayer for scoring, United do win that game. United win 1-0.
Yeah, but what do Newcastle have?
Why did they sell Mitrovic? Can someone tell me?
They've got absolutely.
You know what? Rafa needs to hold the L for that.
Why did he sell Mitrovic?
Yeah, he needs to hold the
And
L
he
for
sold
that.
Gale as well.
Yeah.
And what have they got? Hosselu.
Yeah.
They're so bad. And
Not everything's
And
his
Rondo.
fault. Not everything's his fault, but that's
Yeah,
Kobe.
that's one of them. Let's hope Peter Keane, is it Keane that's going to take over?
Who?
Peter Kennan or whatever his name is.
Oh, Kenyan. Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
United, Chelsea.
Yeah, he's looking to fund or lead a surge.
Yeah, because they are a big
Oh,
club.
actually, now somebody else.
Fulham at home to Arsenal,
helicopter.
11 o'clock, 12 o'clock kickoff on Sunday. Listen,
You lot are going to concede.
Oh, nah, stuff that.
You lot are going
Have you
to
seen
concede.
Fulham's defending, Ernest?
Oh,
Have you seen-
what's going on with the great Sessignon?
Do you know what's
What's he
frightening?
saying?
Do you know what's frightening?
That's sad.
You need
Man, we're
listen,
making noise
you-
about this
If you get the
I
chance,
told him.
you know, Ernest loves to watch like full football matches. Please, 45 minutes. Is what I'm saying. Watch the first half.
Are you going to open a can?
Watch the first half of Fulham Watford this season. I don't know how they go into the break.
I watched that game.
I watched
I
it.
don't know
I watched
how
that game.
Watford left that game with no 3 points.
watched that
How
game.
they peppered that back. Like I said, Mawson.
Fulham Watford was 1-1 on a Saturday, right? Yeah, I watched that
early
game.
kickoff on
I watched that
Saturday.
game.
unbelievable.
Yeah, for real.
But the first half, Arsenal are going to open the. We're going to beat them.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? I credit you lot for beating Watford because Watford is a game.
It's a hard one.
Under Wenger, you lot struggled, bruv. Even when you won,
Top of the show, I said, look, Arsenal don't have to win. Don't have to play well to win games.
you don't.
And
You don't.
But we used to have to only do that.
Yeah.
We only won games when we played
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Whereas now we've not played well this season.
Yeah,
You know what?
You
The
haven't.
City game was probably your best performance.
No. Chelsea. Chelsea.
Oh,
was
so,
better than City.
yeah.
Chelsea
You're
was better
right.
than
You're
City.
right.
But yeah, I'd say that much. Yeah. So Arsenal Fulham,
Arsenal win.
That's an Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Aubameyang.
full house. What else we got?
I feel like he needs to go in my fantasy one of these days as well.
Who?
This is the last day he's in my fantasy team.
Is it? Yeah.
Wow.
Has he done nothing?
Bro.
Something tells me
Is it?
Laka gets more goals than him this season.
Maybe.
There's something about Lacazette this year where he's
Focused.
fighting for his
Do
place.
you know what?
Is it-
So someone said it might be the fact that he missed the World Cup.
Yeah, it must have burnt him hard because he was off for
Especially because deep in,
season.
Giroud was behind him at Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Giroud was on the plane to Russia.
And
And my man was in Kilburn. must have burned him.
why did he kill me? Why is he?
But I just have to pick a random place in northwest.
In that Ferrari, yeah. You could have said
That
Hampstead.
Ferrari.
You could have said anywhere. Must have. Say hi, Gate.
Oh my gosh, man was watching the World Cup from home.
My man was in Kingsbury, you know.
2:15 kickoff on Sky Sports at Southampton at home to Chelsea.
Chelsea win.
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Ernest.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
Case of how many, isn't it? And Hazard goes into my team this week. Liverpool at home
Why
to
wasn't there
Manchester
already
City. 4:30 kickoff. It's frigging too much.
That is a game. I suggest we do a flipping podcast live, bro.
Live. Just
That is
live.
streamer.
Reaction.
That's a game.
Reaction.
We need to flip it.
Live.
It's
Oh.
going to be
It's live.
great.
That's gonna be a game.
gonna
Like
be great.
pure undiluted tactics.
Do you know what's so sad about this game, right? After that, it's the international break.
I don't understand.
I think it's come at a perfect time for me.
No.
Yeah, for his
Well,
part.
and
I
then
feel my club.
To be fair, you go to Stamford Bridge at 12:30 the following
Oh,
week.
bro. Listen, Pete, trust me. I don't want to make this a Man United show.
Home to Leicester.
But the next two games for Mourinho, tomorrow and Saturday,
Yeah.
are so key to his future, yeah? Because Ed Woodward,
If-
bro, Ed Woodward
man will keep him
Ed
there.
Woodward is sitting in his office with the Strally on his lap, and he's waiting. He's waiting. Bro, the guy's been at our last two games. Not 3 games, yeah.
Well, he
Is he
doesn't
not
know.
there often?
He doesn't visit, bro. He don't.
He's not.
He watches more than the Glazers.
He's not an Ivan Gazidis.
No. He watches more than the Glazers, but he was there with everyone.
What's the latest on Roman Abramovich? What's the latest on
I
him?
don't know, bro. Man ain't been at any game this season.
I heard about him.
He's finally got a team that plays decent football and he can't watch
not
us.
Well, is man still Israeli?
Huh?
Damn.
Is man still Israeli?
I don't know what he's on. I haven't read
Because
anything
apparently he had to
about
apply
him.
for the Israeli citizenship to get let back in.
I haven't read anything about him, so I don't actually know.
No, he's literally banished from the face of the earth.
What is the prediction for Liverpool against Manchester City?
Fam,
Oscar.
where is it at, first of all?
Anfield.
Anfield.
Paul.
Anfield will be
Paul.
rocking.
Liverpool.
Okay.
Peel.
So Liverpool win.
Liverpool.
City.
City.
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
I say this every week, but this of all the games in the season, this is the must-win game. Must win.
Says it every week.
I think we'll draw.
I think City win it.
But the thing is, they haven't beaten you at Anfield in how long?
Yeah, do you see have the bottle to win at
Pep
Anfield?
hasn't done it.
City have the ball.
No, but what's
Do
the
they have
last
it in
City
them?
team
Do
to
they have
beat
that
you at
result?
Anfield?
God.
Well, why are you laughing like that?
It's been a while, bro.
You'll find out on Sunday.
It's been a minute since City beat you at
he's not
Anfield.
Because
packed
even
them in the
when
Champions
we're
League, you
crap,
know.
because I remember after the League Cup final, we still beat them. I think the Lana.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why your game's 4:30?
Well, when should it be?
4:15, I think Sky Sports said.
I thought it was 4 o'clock.
It says,
If-
yeah,
if-
the
if
Premier League
4:50
app says 4:30.
Really?
Kickoff's
Then that's
4:30.
what this the kickoff is then.
Yeah,
Sunday
why?
games are not normally 4:30.
I thought they're 4 o'clock.
It's 4 o'clock. To be
We
fair.
got Wolves on a 4:30, which is weird. Like, it's not even on TV. It's bizarre.
Are there 3 games on
Away or
Sunday?
home?
Well, this Sunday?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why.
No. As in another time, we've got.
No, I'm saying, are there 3 games this
that
Sunday?
Wait, that Sunday. That
This
we've got
Sunday
Wolves?
coming.
No.
I don't think so because Brighton, West Ham,
Oh,
Yeah,
Friday.
there are. There are 3.
Are there 3?
There are
Because
3
Arsenal's
games.
at 12. Chelsea's at 2.
That's what usually happens. That's what usually
So
happens.
Saturday's kind of scarce then. Saturday is like what, 6 games?
Saturday's Memphis bleak. It only gets nice when Man United play against Newcastle at 5:30.
That's if it's nice.
Saturday, yeah.
That is very
Fucking-
nice.
Is there no early kickoff?
shoddy. No, it's the Friday football.
Oh, that's it.
Now, usually when it's like that, I check like Italy and Spain.
I'm in Gillette Soccer Saturday, but you know what I'm saying? I'm into here. Paul Burst.
I usually check and see if like Atletico's got a 12 o'clock or.
Right, that sums up this week's top 4. You know, we're giving you a bonus edition here. We've gone 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Huh?
Yo.
You heard.
You heard.
Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. That's an encore edition. We could even split it into 2 parts and just give them a taster. But yeah, share, like, subscribe. We'll be back next week. We'll see who's top.